Okay, we're live. Okay, so we've been having some giggle fest. Okay, it's been wild, but we're gonna start this horror villain tournament. We started off with how many? 64. Now we're down to 32. You might look at the screen and be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you. Each matchup is hidden by one of these fucking jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, so I'm gonna get one of you guys each turn to tell me which one you want to pick, and that's the one we're gonna go with. So we'll unveil the tournament as we go. The
Ooh.
other thing I wanted to mention is we've got all our icons, the participating members on the call. We've got all of our little icons in the bottom there. So there is something else where we're gonna be able to, because there's been a bone of contention with some of the eliminated characters, which I get. Sometimes the matchups didn't favor them. We are going to have some of those characters available to potentially re-enter in a triple threat. If you don't really like what you're seeing in the 1v1 in the tournament, you can use your option to bring someone back and make it a triple threat. But you can only do that once. Once it's gone, it's gone. And like always with the tournament before and the tournament now, we all vote to see who moves forward. The chat is one voice, and that one voice counts for one vote. But before we start, I also wanted to mention, on a more somber note, I do want to mention it. Chance recently passed away. We've been talking about him in all of our streams. We've added all of the link to his charity in the chat below. If you guys want to check it out, check out the Cold Bone Show. They did have a small tribute for Chance, and we've been talking about him on our streams moving forward. We were all a fan of him. I'm sure a lot of you guys were too. He was in the chat. He talked to all of us. A really cool dude. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we have in the past, but we will all be referencing him moving forward. And on November 30th, me and JP will honor his wish to play against each other in Tecmo Bowl for his birthday, which would have been November 30th. That's all I'm going to say about it, but if you guys have the chance or you want to donate to what one of the charities that he liked, you can find the link in the description down below, or you can always visit his Twitter page, which is still active, which has the link on there as well. Other than that, I wanted to introduce some of the co-hosts that I have with me. What's up, Trek?
Not much, man. I was have fun with the horror tournament tonight.
Yeah, we're finally getting to the meats and potatoes, just like what's in your pants. And Gina, what's up?
Nothing. I could have sworn to God that Chuck said he was going to have fun with the whores, but I thought he said I was going to have fun with the whores that are in this tournament, and then I'm like,
we'll see where the night goes.
I mean, whatever.
Bobby, how's it going, baby? All right, Bobby has disappeared. Heather, how's it going?
It's going good. Trying to get Wendy to sleep.
All right, well, hopefully she gets to bed soon. This is going to take some time anyway, but... Okay, Fabe, how you doing, baby?
What up, sexy beasts?
Okay, so we're actually going to start the tournament with you, okay, Fabe? Tell me which side you want, which color jack-o'-lantern you want, and I will remove that one, and we'll get into the first of the tournament.
Give me the yellow card on the right side.
The yellow card on the right side. This? Right here.
Yes. Yep, that's the one.
You picked right. It's your fucking favorite.
Yes!
The Ice Cream Man, who has somehow made it this far, will be going one-on-one with Sean Doe, who has somehow made it this far. Actually, no, they both did make it. I think the Ice Cream Man made it out of more favor than anything else. Sean Doe made it for legitimate reasons. But let's get to the actual sheet here, if I can find it. Alright, there we go. Now, hopefully we should not only some shit for the translation. But, fuck it. Here we go. Tell me, I mean, I actually fucked up. I went back and I saw a lot of footage from the Ice Cream Man fucking movie. And that shit is good.
I told you. I told you.
It's so fucking stupid. The movie starts off with like some ice cream man getting out of his car to like serve ice cream, and the mafia shows up and shoots him to death.
Yep.
And somehow that inspires some kid to like turn into an ice cream.
Look,
Yep. So fucking stupid. But the movie is so fucking. Well, I saw it. I didn't see it.
They're caught in a game.
Hold on, you liked that, but you didn't like Dr. Giggles.
I didn't get to see Dr. Giggles properly.
Well, you need to
With
watch
the
it.
price of
Just watch it.
sin
What's up, Alpha? How's it going? Okay, so like, yeah, looking at these two, they're similar except for John Doe. In my opinion, he's fucking way more intelligent and plans things out. Where Ice Cream Man just picks up kids, puts them in his fucking thing, shows up with heads on sticks.
Tuesday morning.
I mean,
32 flavors. I mean, come on.
there's like a close up with one definition of an eyeball to a police
There are two more bodies.
and there's a close up of his mouth that's shooting in the eye.
Ew.
Disgusting. I mean, I already.
Y'all hear me?
Error. Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
is 2 murders away from completing his masterpiece.
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
Okay,
Morgan Freeman,
so far we've got
Gwyneth
John Doe by the
Paltrow.
Cold Bone Show. He's not the only person in the chat, so we'll see what they say. I mean, when it comes down to
Anything like
I don't know. I mean, John Doe is like okay, if you look from a movie standpoint, the Ice Cream Man movie is completely based, for the most part, on that character. Where John Doe is absent 90% of the movie. We talked about this before.
Yep.
Though what he's done has been seen throughout the movie. I don't know. Plus, Kevin Spacey fucks kids. So.
Okay, so like, this is one of those ones that I think you guys did it the night that I had to jump out early, and I don't. Is the movie called John Doe? Like,
No, but the character is John Doe.
okay, but what movie is it from?
Seven.
is looking
Oh, okay. Okay, I've seen that film. It was like a long time ago. Okay.
Was it the box?
Detective David Mills is looking for a way in.
Like I said, John Doe is a lot like Gerard Butler in Law-Abiding Citizen. You don't see him just react, but you know it's him.
They're caught in a game.
I mean, you feel the acting throughout the movie, but I mean, that's the difference is the type of movies they are. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Ice Cream Man, he for an exorbitant amount of time chases kids with 2 heads on sticks. For some fucked up reason, it lasts for like 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know why. And then he gets rid of one head, but still has the other.
Yeah, he had to lose some weight. He had to,
It didn't make any fucking sense.
I mean, the tones of the two movies are completely fucking polar opposites. You have Seven that's like this gritty, mystery, suspenseful thriller, and then Ice Cream Man is literally the epitome of what these cheesy, corny, like slasher movies in the late '80s, early '90s were. So it's really tough call because you're liking both of them for very different reasons. John Doe, obviously, like you were saying, you don't really see a lot of them, so there's the mystery and the suspense and like what the final thing is, what the fuck's in the box. Whereas Ice Cream Man, I mean, just look at it. Like you know what you're in for with that movie. So it's a tough call, but I think I know who I already want. But it's really hard. It's different. It's almost like different genres.
Like you're saying, from a movie standpoint, I mean, for fuck's sake, Ice Cream Man has a kid that they put a pillow under his fucking clothes to make the fact that why they couldn't just cast a bigger kid, I don't know. Instead, they had to, like, it's so obviously a pillow under his shirt that it's fucking
You can run.
But I mean, from a movie standpoint, obviously I put these movies together. When I look at character-wise, I feel like a lot of John Doe's actions are predicated on people doing the logical. So if these two were to fight each other, I don't know, because one guy is completely
Detective William
mentally
Somerset
challenged.
is looking for a
I
way
mean,
out.
I think Ice Cream Man would win a fight, to be honest.
You're all the way gone.
Well, there's no predicting what he would do, and I don't know. Like he's punishing people for their sins. So what is he
We'll be
really
spending
gonna
every
do?
waking hour together from now till the time I leave. I'll show you
I
who
don't
your
know.
friends and
One-on-one
enemies
fight
are.
was difficult.
Try to murder.
I agree with JP. I think John Doe would end up manipulating the ice cream man.
They're caught in a game.
Well, John Doe's character, for the most part, does work 90% of his killing.
Where the price of sin
Or he makes somebody kill themselves.
death.
Not being
There are 7 deadly sins. Gluttony,
but it's all predicated on like punishing someone for the sins that they've done.
wrath, pride,
Ice cream man.
lust, and envy.
He's a sinless.
7. You can expect 5
I mean,
more.
part of that all sinless. Except for unless you're lactose intolerant.
You know what? I'm pretty sure running around with two people's heads on sticks is a sin.
He uses them like puppets.
There's not a third one. You're right. That's the only sin really there. I mean, I guess the big question is, and this is something we talked about before, John Doe, the whole, you don't see him do it. Does the lack of seeing the character perform these horrific acts in any movie of any of these guys, does not seeing them do that take away from the punch of the act itself? You know, like, okay, we know John Doe did all those things or set these things up for other people to do, or, you know, but he's responsible. But does that take away, like, does that, like, lessen the punch of the impact of what he did?
No.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Not only that, but if you are thinking that way in that logic, then like the guy from Saw would never even
Right, I was thinking
because
him,
he literally he never did anything himself. He gave him a choice.
But also, it's like two characters. One that predicates everything on completing an ice cream. He has the whole game plan through the 7 sins, and the last one is going to be me, and that's it. That's game over. Where Ice Cream Man is just gonna like, I'm gonna kill everything until I get caught, and then I guess I'm dead.
Or he runs out of ice cream.
His game plan is to never stop.
is
Where
looking
one
for
so in one case, you have someone that's gonna take 7 lives and be
I'll
done
show you
with
who
it
your
one
friends and
day.
enemies are.
And the other guy's gonna take as many as he can forever until he gets stopped.
they're caught in a game.
Alpha.
Yeah, sorry.
Even with a head
Alpha says, I feel like John Doe, he'd probably be a more serious threat because he actually wants to kill people. Whereas the Ice Cream Man, even if he doesn't kill anyone, at least he has something else to leave back on. Plus, unlike Ice Cream Man, John Doe,
So it really boils down to job security. Is what you're saying.
he knows what he's doing.
You know what? That's a fucking good point. I don't know what the fuck John Doe did.
Found on Tuesday morning.
He's a manipulator.
Yeah, but
So
what does
if,
he do for his game?
if you're doing versus,
We don't know.
if you're doing versus John Doe versus Ice Cream Man, I honestly think John Doe would manipulate Ice Cream Man into fucking killing himself. That's what John Doe's character was. He was a manipulator.
Well, you know what?
People commit acts.
What sin
But
would Ice Cream
you
Man
know
do?
what? Like, if you think about it,
his masterpiece.
All of them?
but if you think about it though, like a person that can manipulate somebody else's mind is like way more dangerous than somebody that's just running around fucking slashing people. Because a person that's manipulating your mind can literally make you do pretty much anything that they want you to do.
There's something.
If you're susceptible to it, Ice Cream Man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for movie purposes, you're gonna be susceptible.
All right. Well, I mean, we are where we are. I think we can vote on this one because I don't think we're gonna go anywhere further. Might as well start off with some of the
You know, I get we didn't see John do a lot of things, but like it's inferred and you believe he would do it. So I'm gonna go John Doe.
Most times.
Alright, we got one for John Doe. It looks like you chat's
Detective William Somerset
for John
is looking
Doe.
for a
Connor.
way out.
I'm going with the Ice Cream Man, but it's not for the obvious reasons of, my suggestion and everything. It honestly is also because of the fact that you guys are saying, like, John Doe stayed at 7. He stayed at 7, and it was going to be ended done with at 7. Whereas Ice Cream Man, well, let's see how far he can get those 32 flavors. He can keep on going, so I'll go with Ice Cream Man.
32 flavors of this bubblicious bubblegum.
I mean, in saying that too, like, if you like, for the most part, in the movie, the Ice Cream Man, he's fanatically turned into what he is. You're like, there's just some weird. You want to come take a look at this? Like, green shit into his brain, and that makes him go crazy and kill people. Like, the movie doesn't make a lot of sense. There's some random fucking scenes where people are getting green shit injected into their brain, running around, and
guess who did this?
what's his name? The very definition of swift justice.
There are 2 more bodies.
When it comes down to John Doe, he's the more legitimate threat, but he's also
He's laughing at us.
how the heck did you?
Shut up! Okay. I think that, okay, even though the Ice Cream Man has 2 more kills, and, like, John Doe was only going to kill 7 people, the Ice Cream Man, yeah, he made it up to 9, but there was no guarantee that he was going to make it up to 9 before getting caught. Whereas John Doe, you knew for a fact that there was going to be 7. And he could always do another 7. You know, so, like, I don't know. I'm gonna go with John Doe. Psychological fucking mindfuck is pretty powerful, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go with John Doe.
Hold up, guys. There's some because when I added these clips, they weren't supposed to show audio. So that's not good. I don't
have to wear blinders sometimes. Most times.
Do you have them as separate
Detective William
media
Somerset
sources?
is looking for a way out.
You're retiring. 6 more days.
Everybody just talk right over. Look, la 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 la.
Detective David Miller is looking for a way in.
We'll be spending every waking hour together from now until the time I leave. I'll show you who your friends and enemies
I
are.
think they might be separate.
Now,
Didn't
they're caught in a game.
Hey, Ray Sean.
No witnesses of any
If they are separate, you can just mute that source right now.
we know about
Good night, Rayshawn. How you doing, Alpha?
Where the price of sin is death.
Wait, there's no what?
You
want
to come take a look at this?
We got 32 flavors of this bootylicious bubblegum. Hell,
You can expect 5 more.
I'm sorry.
body was found on Tuesday morning.
Do they still play if I do that?
Nope, I don't see him on the stream.
I mean, that's fine if you have to get rid of the media source altogether if it gets rid of the audio,
Si, senor.
at least temporarily. I mean, it's okay. We all know Ice Cream Man won anyway, so it's fine.
No.
Not even close, my friend.
Yeah, I'll just have to get rid of the media source. That's so fucking stupid. Whatever. All right, let's move on. Okay, sorry, Gina. Who did you go with?
She went with John Doe.
John
Yeah.
Doe, Heather.
I'm going with John Doe because of the fact that he is. Yes, Ice Cream Man looks creepy, but John Doe is even creepier, both in personality and looks.
Man, I'm going with Ice Cream Man. I'll die on my blade. Fuck everyone. But I guess John Doe takes the victory, which it's odd. It's odd for him to get as far as he did. I think he had the right matchups, to be honest, a bit more than anything else.
At this point, yeah.
I will go back here. For now, I'll delete that. And so we started off with Connor. We'll go to Gina next. Which one do you want me to remove from this tournament menu?
So y'all don't need my vote then? Okay.
Well, you can vote if you want.
It's pretty clear cut who's going to win, even if you vote for Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's kind of pointless.
Who would you vote for, though? You might as well tell me.
Who would you have picked anyway?
I would have voted for Ice Cream Man, but
Yeah. Whatever. She's dead anyway.
Going down in a blaze of glory.
I want the purple one on the left side.
Like the deep dark purple?
The deep dark purple. I want it deep and dark.
Alright.
Fuck you.
So you got.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
That came out wrong.
Alright, I'm gonna have to mute this fucking shit as soon as it starts too. If I can find it. Bam,
Hey,
bam,
by the way,
Bigelow.
thank you for using a nice picture of me on the bottom of the screen.
I don't know, it was one of the ones that I had from when I did the 200 sub extravaganza! But anyways, we're starting up with Annie Wilkes versus the Invisible Man. That's right, I said invisible.
Invisible?
Invisible. Okay, so you have one that's based on something that could actually happen, and the other, I mean, in the more recent adaptation of The Invisible Man, I guess it's somewhat feasible.
The recent one was amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to be looking at more, because the old one is pretty fucking old at this point in time, and the more recent one relies more heavily on technology, which I think is a much more feasible way to make that villain be legitimate.
Agreed.
But as far as we go with the two, okay, so we talked about a lot about fucking Annie Wilkes the last time. The one thing I like about this matchup anyway is the fact that one is they're both insane and they're both like vindictive, because the Invisible Man in the movies they did everything to ruin, like in the movie the new one did everything to ruin his fucking wife's life, where Annie Wilkes did the same to an author that she loved the character of. But it's hard to see, like, because they both kind of play mind games with their victims, if you had the two actually go one-on-one with each other.
100% Annie Wilkes would win.
Yeah, it's hard to. I don't care if you're invisible or not if you can't walk with a fucking broken leg.
Well, that's if she catches you, yeah. And he's technically invisible.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can't really be invisible, so one of them can actually happen in reality, and the other one can't.
Gonna throw that out.
Plus,
I found him.
Plus, she killed 70 fucking people.
Most of them were
compared to
kids,
his 8,
like babies.
which makes her even worse.
I mean, killing babies is really bad, but really easy.
I was gonna say it's really bad.
I was waiting for you to say that. I was like, she killed mostly kids, which I mean, skill is not really high up there to do that. I mean, they are pretty easy.
Babies.
So I've read.
Yeah.
So I've read.
You just throw them in a lake. Fuck, what are they gonna do?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, it's really terrible to kill children, but like, difficulty level, it's not so bad. So
it's like 2 stars out of 5.
Yeah, you can rack up a 70 pretty quick.
Y'all two are just like digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper.
Basement's treating it like fucking skee ball. You can rack up the points pretty quick.
I'm just saying. Okay, so you have 2 boxers go at it. One guy is beating children to get to 70-0, and the other person is beating 8 legitimate people, like grown adults. So you know, who would you be more scared of fighting?
The one that was not invisible.
Really invisible.
I mean,
super.
The invisibility, the invisibility factor, it does make it a little creepier because obviously you can't see what the fuck's going on, and there's a surprise element and all that shit. But I mean, having a quote unquote normal person like Annie Wilkes,
who's also a nurse.
Right. That has more foundation of like, okay, like, you know, obviously, like you said, like the Invisible Man, the new one, which I really liked, does have more ground based in reality. But Annie Wilkes, Jesus, you hear stories about like Annie Wilkes type of people, maybe not necessarily killers, but like Annie Wilkes type of people all the fucking time.
Yeah,
and
it's much more realistic.
Right. So it has more tones and more like deep suited in reality. So it's just like, yeah, no, I'm good with like avoiding that, like walking Karen with a sledgehammer at all. So I think, yeah, she's to me, she's more intimidating than the Invisible Man has creep factor, but Wilkes has like a scare factor.
Well, see, by the way, the Invisible Man is a real person. His name is John Cena.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And if you aren't scared of him, there's something wrong with you.
You just hear a door open and there's nobody there.
He regrew his hair after going bald. That's impressive.
Basement. What the hell is that show with fucking Homelander?
The Boys?
The Boys.
Yes. Now my question is, can you or can you not have the same effect with the Invisible Man as you did with the Invisible Man on The Boys?
Well,
like if you shock him,
it's a bit different. I mean, you do anything to him, he's fucked. You shoot like
but I mean,
machine
like,
gun
can you like
randomness.
shock him in order to like make him become visible and then stick a fucking bomb up his ass and blow him up like you do on the Boys? Like,
well, I mean, I think you could just shoot him in the head. You don't have to like plan anything. I like this. Is what I was gonna say too, with your point. The Invisible Man. I mean, you turn down the heat, you make it cold. You're gonna see his breath. Right? There's ways to detect the Invisible Man. He's invisible, but he's not a man anymore. You know what I mean? So there's
or like she did in the
heat vision.
Or like she did in the movie and throw paint on him.
Right.
I was gonna
Thermal
say
vision.
paint, or like even like throwing water on him because the water is still gonna like bounce off of him and show his image, so you're gonna know where he is.
And I mean, there's two iterations of him, but like if it's the more recent one, which is based on technology, it's a suit. I mean, water on an electronic suit. I don't know how that's going to work out either. So, once you take away the element of surprise, he's not great. He's not great at all. Those are two different situations.
I was just really hoping that we would be able to stick a bomb up his ass like they did on the show.
I mean, you can stick a bomb up anyone's ass.
Well, Denzel did that in one movie. It worked.
The other thing too is, one kidnaps with the plan to kill. The other one doesn't necessarily want to kill, wants to control.
Just wants to torment.
Yeah.
Torment and torture. That's the problem, because like Annie, while she's torturing, in her mind, she's not torturing. In her mind, she's loving them. And she's making sure that they're not going to leave her.
And I think in some way the Invisible Man is that way too. Like he's latched on to the person trying to control them to keep them with him. I don't think he loves anybody probably but himself, but like that's like his mentality. I do want to remind everybody, like if you guys want to, you have a chance to, involve a third party. Each of us do.
I'm not throwing my third party.
Not this early in the tournament.
Not yet, no.
Well, this is only going to be for this round. So we have the amount of fights we have this round.
It's still early. This is only the second matchup, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we got 32.
I'm just saying. Okay.
We got 32 flavors of this delicious bubblegum. Let's move on.
All right. I feel like I am good and ready to make a decision. I don't know. Is everybody else kind of there?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to start with Heather.
As much as I love the original iteration of The Invisible Man and the remake iteration of The Invisible Man with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I don't like the new Invisible Man. I'm going to go with Annie Wilkes.
All right. Fair enough. All right, I'm going to actually go in and just fucking throw the random shit and say Invisible Man. And the reason I'm going to go with Invisible Man is because though Annie Wilkes is much more realistic, it's also like the part of her that's unrealistic is the fact that she's she's meant to be like the super strong, almost superhuman strength of a person, and I mean I don't think that would work all the time. Plus, like the scariest thing about her is when she has you in control and tied up. But she has to get you there. And it's much easier for the Invisible Man to get you than it is for her.
She's also a nurse with access to medication that she could literally just poke into you to make you go sleep.
I still would say it's easier for someone you can't see to get at you than someone you can see. The initial fear is stronger for one than the other. I do feel like the Invisible... I feel like in the end, I like Annie Wilkes as a character more, but the Invisible Man would make me more fearful mentally.
I don't know why, but I just got an image of Basement like it fighting with an invisible person.
My question to you though is: the Invisible Man in the new one he has to wear a suit. In the old one, he had to be naked, so that's an added problem.
I ain't punching a guy with a dick out, no.
I'm punching that dick. I'm cranking it. Crank 5.
Oh, wait, Connor, so you're not going to punch him with his dick out. So what are you going to do? Just let him fucking hug you?
Swallow his
Bear
asshole.
Oh.
Get on my knees
Kick him
and
in the
pray to
dick.
God.
What are you doing, invisible step bro?
Oh, God.
All right. I'm going invisible, bitch. All right. Who wants to go next?
You want to hand me the papers that I have the rankings on?
I'll go Annie.
I'm using that.
Annie?
Right now.
Okay, so we're 2 and 1. And then, okay, so let's go Bobbit. Bobbit, who
Actually, you're 2 and 2 right now because JP voted Invisible Man.
He did, but nobody else said anything in the chat. So if Alpha says otherwise,
Alpha's actually said Annie Wilkes.
oh, so we don't know what the chat is. Bobbit, who you going with, baby?
The Invisible Man, because he didn't say anything.
This is why I don't go to you. Okay, moving forward. Trek.
I'm going with Annie Wilkes.
All right, it's not looking good for the invisible cunt. Okay, Faye.
Yep, I gotta go Annie as well.
And just like that, he disappears from the rankings.
Because he was never there.
Invisible. Okay, well, fuck him. He's dead to me.
I mean, if you fuck him, then it'd technically just look like you're fucking yourself. So
No.
Now,
Just like
before
my
we
favorite
keep
movie.
going, I have a quick question. So about the adding somebody into the matchup that was previously eliminated, does it have to be from a selection that we've made, like when we pick the card, or anytime?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
I would say it would have to be within what we've already had.
All right. Anyways, who wants to pick next? We had OK Fabe and Gina pick. So
Shrek, why don't you pick?
Cool. I'll go with on the right side, the light green.
light green. Okay, here we go.
What, is it just
Oh,
is it anybody
no.
else?
No.
Anybody else, or does that light green color automatically remind you of John Cena?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so true.
Cherry limeade.
Versus Jack Torrance. Shining.
Let's pull this up, and we will get rid of the media sources. Here we go. We're looking at Jack Torrance versus Chucky from the Child's Play franchise. Jack Torrance from Shining.
But Annie Wilkes won the last one.
So we're looking at these two. I would say Jack Torrance is a bit more believable, obviously, because Chucky's a fucking creepy ass doll. Though the new version of Chucky, they did try to do the AI thing with him. They always try to move more towards technology than weird religious cultism or voodooism or whatever it was. This I would actually watch a movie of.
I just want to say that I love the fact that Jack's goal is to not be a dull boy.
That being said, the Chucky kill count is over several movies, and his kill count is not very high per movie. Because there's been like 7,000 fucking movies. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will remind you guys, you can involve someone else in this too if you wanted to.
Yeah, why the fuck would we want to do that?
To be honest, I actually have.
Sorry.
I'm not doing it yet, and I'm holding off a third person, but it's not Ice Cream Man. It's somebody else that was already eliminated from the first round, but I'm waiting for the right time. All I'm saying
is you can involve another person.
Okay, but
at some point.
Here's my argument against this. Okay, I know that Jack Torrance is probably a lot more believable. The problem is, basically, he's just an alcoholic that loses his fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, he's
that
also
can literally
possessed by the
happen
hotel.
on a daily. Huh?
He's also possessed by the hotel.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, the alcohol obviously has a lot to do with it. So, like, aside from the possession, anybody on any given day can fucking freak out when they're drunk and start stabby on people, you know. Whereas Chucky, that shit don't happen every day.
That shit don't happen.
I mean, shut up, JP.
Well,
I mean, hey, if somebody can get possessed by a motherfucking hotel, then a dog can get possessed, okay?
The way I'm looking
Well,
at this
he
one is, I don't think when I was watching The Shining, Jack Torrance wasn't the scariest thing in that movie for me.
No, he was not.
Jack Torrance. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I watched The Shining when I was younger, and I never even picked up on the fact that he was actually possessed by anything. I just thought he was super drunk.
That's because you didn't pay attention to the very end of the movie where they zoomed in on the picture.
I was also too young at that time to really put it together when I watched it. But I mean, after seeing it, I think I watched that movie 2 or 3 times now, and you do get the vibe that it basically possesses most of the people that are there or attempts to, and because I think he's just in a mindset or a weaker mindset to be able to be in that mode, or he has ancestry attached to the hotel, that type of thing kind of like allows him to. It's like if you guys watch Doctor Sleep, the sequel, it's having the Shining is what kind of makes someone susceptible to that place. So though they never say he does, I have a feeling he might have some form of susceptibility because of it, just like his son ends up happening in the sequel, or having in the sequel.
Excuse me. Like, okay, obviously I knew that there was something fucked up going on in the hotel because everything was fucking evil. But as a young child watching this show, like I said, all I seen was like the fact that he was drunk, because there's alcoholics in my family, so I knew what that was. So maybe it's just because like I related more to like what that was than anything being possessed. I don't fucking know. Ever.
No, but it's like I said, I'm going when they zoom in on that picture and you see Jack Torrance.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, like I like my 2 cents. I'm just gonna say Jack Torrance was never really too scary to me, unless you can put yourself in a situation where someone like that is close to you, which would be any of these villains for the most part that are more realistic.
Well,
but also,
yeah,
like, I mean, you move Jack Torrance away from that hotel, and what is he really? Where Chucky's always going to be the same no matter where he is. But then again, he's a little fucking doll that you could boot to the moon.
But you know what? But here's the thing, though. Okay, you got to remember that. Yeah, Chucky is a doll, but he's possessed by a human spirit. So like, the humans, like the doll's goal is to fucking get back into a human body. So like, it's kind of a horse apiece when you're looking at, okay, well, the hotel possesses Jack, but then Chucky is possessed by a actual human soul.
They both go after kids.
Yes.
And like single moms almost, because it might as well be a single mom with this fucking guy typing away bullshit constantly.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I'm going Chucky. Look at that kill count, man.
Yeah.
Can I go next?
Sure.
No.
Shut up, JP.
Shut up.
You shut up.
I'm gonna go Chucky as well.
Any specific reason?
Just because I think Chucky scares me more than Jack Torrance does.
I mean, I would actually agree with that statement. Jack Torrance, like I said, wasn't the scariest part about that movie anyway. Not that Chucky is scary, it's just the fact that he's near immortal. For what we've seen so far, he's been blown up, shot, exploded, everything like that. Plus, he's animatronic for the most part.
Not only that, but you can jump out of the window and escape Jack Torrance. If you jump out a window with Chucky, he'll come after you.
And it's arguable that Chucky can fucking just teleport, because he's got these little tiny legs, and he's all over the fucking place constantly.
Well, and not only that, but Basement, you touched on this earlier. If you take Jack out of the hotel, then is he even going to be possessed anymore?
Actually, from the book, because he, as I said at the end of the movie, he basically returned to his home.
Mm-hmm.
No, he still would have been possessed even if you took him out of the hotel.
I feel like it loses a certain amount of control over someone. So, just judging from what I saw in Doctor Sleep, where it's like the hotel is actively trying to bring these type of people back to the hotel because it feeds on these type of people. So he's actively probably going to be drawn back there as well. But I guess the difference would be how good is he at bringing other people back there if he's a fucking alcoholic weirdo. I don't know.
It's like villain wise.
It's a tough one because one is more legitimately scary because they're more real, like Alpha's saying in the chat. I think someone's breathing. He's more legitimately real.
No, somebody's breathing into the mic.
Yeah, one is more legitimately real, and more because more real is always going to be more frightening. That's one thing. But I mean, when it comes down to the two, Jack Torrance, in my opinion, doesn't have a chance in hell of defeating Chucky one-on-one because Chucky can't fucking die for the most part. He's gonna axe him once.
You can't dismember him. It used to be you could dismember him, you can blow him up and stuff like that, but every time he cuts back, you can't kill him the same way.
I would watch that movie though, even if it took place in the fucking house.
I forgot about that. You can't kill him the same way twice.
Yeah, because in Seed of Chucky, they cut off his body parts and stuff like that, and at the end of the movie, that like one of his arms is still working, so it jumps out of the package and pretty much just tries to choke somebody. So it's like you could dismember him once, but he's just gonna get stronger and learn from it. It's like Doomsday with Superman. It's like you can't kill him the same way twice in a row.
That being said, if you cut off his arms and legs, he's just basically a fleshlight.
Well, yeah, but if you cut off, like the thing is,
arms and legs.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I forget if it's a zombie or what, but there's like movies where like if you cut off their head or their arms or whatever, it'll crawl back. Like on the Munsters, do you guys remember?
He can control all of his body parts if they're not attached to his body. But then again, he's a fucking. The thing is, he's like a little toy or whatever, but it's supposed to be like an animatronic or something. So I don't know how much strength would be in his child form. The other thing, he's supposed to, I know the movies didn't do a good job of portraying it, but he's supposed to look like a young kid. And I don't know how, like, close he is supposed to be looking normal, like a human kid, so I don't know if he could ever pass for one. In the movies, fuck no, he looks like disgusting as fuck. I don't know. I'm going Chucky. Fuck it. Fuck everything. I think we got 3 Chuckies. Who's going Jack? I think we got Jack because if JP's in the chat saying Jack and Alpha saying Jack, I think JP's. Yeah, we got 1 Jack in the chat.
You got 2.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but the chat's all 1 vote.
I know, but I'm saying 2 people in the chat have said Jack. So.
What are you going with?
I don't know. I love them both so much.
You gotta. What the fuck does Chucky chant? It's the same fucking thing in every movie. Dabu, Dabi.
Dumbledore. Dumbledore, give me the power, I beg of you.
Give me the power, I beg of you, step bro.
And then
Jesus fuck Trek.
Then the hurricane comes on his face.
Leave it to Trek to know exactly what the fuck
I've seen that so many times. I mean, the movies are all some of my favorites.
He had a kid, okay? He had a kid. The Seed of Chucky, who was neither a boy nor a girl. It was Glenn and Glenda.
It was ahead of its time.
Oh my god.
But that was
Heather, who you got?
That was the voodoo spell that he cast on himself to put himself in a doll's body, and he was trying to cast it again to get himself back into a human body. Which that is his entire goal.
Mm-hmm.
As the doll is to get back into a human body.
He gave that up in one of the last movies that they did.
At the but then they retconned it, and Seed of Chucky, they retconned it out in the next one.
Oh, okay. That makes no sense. He can't decide what he wants.
Well, no, he found ways around it. So he said in Seed that he was happy being a doll, but then like in all horror movies, there's ways around it. So in Curse, he was able to curse a cult. He was able to put himself in different dolls and in different humans and stuff. So he found ways around it.
I beg of you. All right, Heather, here you go.
Okay.
Even though it's really not gonna matter at this point, I'm gonna go with Jack Torrance on this one.
Well, no, it's what 3-2. It's close.
Yeah,
3-2. So it depends on Connor.
And Trek. I don't think Trek's on yet.
Oh yeah, Trek.
I'll go with Chucky.
I already knew that.
So now it doesn't matter. But I will ask Connor, who you going with?
Yeah, I'd go with Chucky too. Mainly because, I mean, for pretty much all the reasons a lot of people already been said, it's kind of funny because they're different movies, just like we were saying before, and I feel like they're different genres, just like I was saying with other with the other matchups. Like with Shining, there's this like overlooming like sense of like suspense and thrill, and you quote unquote don't know what's going to happen, even though you can pretty much figure out what's going to happen. But with Chucky, it's just like fucking doll, like they can kill people, and it has that whole thing of like there's something about like horror movies that have that aspect of like, nah, you're just being fucking crazy. Like obviously that can't really happen. Like, you know, with Freddy or Jason or any of the like icons where it's like when you try to tell like a cop or somebody, this doll's fucking trying to kill me. Yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Something about like that aspect like kicks it up a notch as far as like you like everything's going against you. And again, that kill count is just only 43 times more than fucking than Jack. So Chucky terrifies me more than Jack would. So yeah, I'll go with the Chuckster.
I also agree. Until he started looking like what you see in this picture, when he looked just like a normal doll, that's like nobody's gonna fucking believe you. The doll made me do it. The doll made me do this.
Yeah.
It's such a good hiding tool for like an evil character, and the fact that he's like really sadistic in the way that he kills people. It's like super over the top. I'm gonna cut their tendons and fuck them all up in every sort of way. Throw you out a window. Where Jack Torrance kills one guy with an axe to the back or chest.
To the back.
In the back.
But I mean, there's just something.
Running.
There's something about that like aspect of the horror movies, especially like even the cheesy classic ones where it's like, yeah, okay, like you literally have the thing that's killing you being held by somebody right in front of you, and you're trying to warn them that like it's gonna kill you and me, and they're like, yeah, okay, fucking woo.
Yeah, all it has to do is wait till everybody goes to sleep and sneak out of the room where it is.
There's something about that is really like just it's again adding the whole you against it and there's nobody else on your side kind of deal that just. I don't know. There's something about that makes it a little extra suspenseful and terrifying.
And the other thing I'm going to say, Alpha's saying in the chat that, well, if Chucky is successful in transferring his spirit to another person, at least there's an end. No, he was a murderer before he became a doll. He's just going to be bad no matter what.
He was a serial killer that wanted to kill more people, and therefore he transferred his soul into a doll body so his human body could be destroyed. And he can then go back into another human body and just continue on his killing spree under another name.
That also,
so if anything, Chucky would be even fucking worse because he's like serial killing a shit ton of people and transferring, like body hopping every single time he gets caught.
I would even say as a human before, or at least the lore of him as a human before he becomes a doll is scarier than Jack Torrance.
Yeah.
Because he's got a higher kill count, he's done worse things. Jack Torrance, I feel like, he kills his family. What is he going to do? Live at a hotel and just kill anybody that shows up there? Not going to last long. Since he doesn't really have any power or anything, he's just wandering around with an axe. Alright, well, Chucky it is. We're moving on. Okay, so who hasn't picked yet?
I think Bobbit hasn't picked.
Yeah. Alright, who wants to pick next?
Bobbit, you go. I'll go last.
Alright, hang on.
I gotta prepare myself. I also have moved 17 blocks away from my microphone.
All right, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, right.
Now I can choose. Fucking thing. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's do red and orange.
No, just one, Bobbit, on one side.
Oh, sorry. Red and green.
I hate you.
Just one. On what side of the picture?
Left or right and one color?
Yellow or blue?
Oh. Left.
Left what, though?
What color?
Oh, blue and yellow.
Bob, it can only be one color. There's a match under each color.
I
You
think
just
he's
pick
talking
one.
about the one on the top there, which is actually the purple into the yellow.
Oh, I'm dying.
On the right side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, on
This
the right
top
side
one?
I
on
see
the
what
top.
you mean, yeah.
Purple into yellow? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What's
Okay,
up, Walter?
Bob,
I'm
I
dying.
will give you that one because
That's
at first
okay,
I was
Bob.
like, "What is he doing?"
Oh God.
No, I know what he meant. That's okay.
All right, or is it? If we add a
Apologies.
third person, triple threat.
I kind of want to be a dick and add a third person.
I might do that. I might do it too. Oh, no!
One cold night.
But you know what? Here's the thing. They're both immortal for the most part. Right? I don't even know. Jack Frost is. They just trap him at the end. They put him in antifreeze. Where Jason is the zombie. for the most
Jason
part.
can regenerate, yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, look at
So
the
can Jack
fucking kill
Frost.
count difference.
Yeah, but that's just because there's more movies.
And like you said,
I know,
well,
but-
also like you said that he wouldn't have to worry about if he melts or that they could just go and kick somebody's ass.
He can turn
know
into
what, though?
water.
Okay, here's the thing. Jason always fucking comes back. Whereas, like, Jack Frost...
He couldn't
First
come
off,
back
okay,
because they
okay.
didn't make enough money.
Okay, what am I gonna be... Okay, what am I gonna be more afraid of? Getting raped by a fucking carrot?
Yeah.
Or getting fucking axe murdered?
I think the rape is worse, and then you die anyway.
Actually,
he rapes you and
I
kills
think
you.
he had a... He didn't have an
Vitamin
axe.
C.
What the fuck did he have?
He had a
Yeah,
machete.
that-
Machete.
Machete, thank you.
A
Yep.
machete.
Well, in the second movie, he did have an axe, so it counts, I guess.
And look at that fucking kill count, you guys. 10 versus 151.
Think about it, okay? Jack Frost freezes over the lake. He can't even get out at fucking Camp Crystal Lake. He's stuck under the water.
This isn't about them fighting each other, though. It's about which one is the worst villain.
The best.
I hate you.
Around.
I have to applaud
Yeah, there it's good.
Basement trying really hard to pitch Jack Frost as the winner of this outcome.
He's got terrible puns, okay?
I have to tip my hat to him on that one at least.
The most fucked up thing is the sequel to Jack Frost actually takes place at an island. In like Hawaii or some shit. How does that work? Who knows? Jason's been to space.
Sure
Yeah, it
has.
makes him better.
I don't know if space makes you better.
It made him better. That's awesome.
I mean, here's what I don't understand. How the fuck, like, he rejuvenates out of the lake? How the fuck did he get space?
Algae.
I don't,
He
never, you
went
know what?
to
Never mind,
space,
Jack. I don't
okay.
want to know.
He went to Space Crystal
I love you,
Lake.
but I don't want to know. I
Algae.
see. I seen
Drake
the
is
movie.
trying
I
to
don't
explain
remember
it
how.
if you guys would just shut up for a second.
Never. All right, tell us
Trick's
how
like,
he
"Fuck
rejuvenated.
you guys,
Tell
I'm
us how he
trying to
rejuvenated
explain."
in space.
So what happens is they're going to freeze him because they want to study him in the current day. One of the women does manage to freeze him, but she gets stuck with the machete, so it freezes them both. Flash forward about a couple years to the future, they take him on a spaceship with all these students, and he wakes up. So that's how he gets into space.
Why did they take him to space?
Because they thought he was an interesting artifact.
Again, why did they bring him into space to study?
Well, he
him?
was-
Because Earth 2, because the original Earth planet was dead. So in the future they have Earth 2, so they're going to bring him to Earth 2 to study him more, but he wakes up on the ship.
Did
I
they
was about to
kill?
say, 'cause
Did they
he's doing
kill
some-
him in space? Because,
I mean, does he actually die? Does he ever actually
Well,
die?
no.
The scientist even says they tried killing him, but he can't be killed. He regenerates. They tried hanging him, shooting him, firing squad, everything. He just regenerates.
Sounds
What's
a lot like
actually
Jack
ironic-
Frost.
What's ironic is in the space one, he does technically die, but because of the stupid space techno
Nanobots.
babble bullshit, yeah, that thing, it brings him back to life. So it's like,
Yeah.
if you just left him alone and you didn't have that shit happen, it would have been out in you would have been in the clear.
Yep.
Here we go. Jason kills like people that are having sex, right? Like there's some co-eds and shit like that.
It's
Where
anybody-
Jack
it's
Frost
anybody that's
actively
doing-
has sex.
Jason kills anyone who gets in his way or who he thinks is threatening him.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be sex. If they're coming for him, he's going to kick their ass.
Okay, but first
Don't
of all,
they
hold
start
on.
off having sex and
Um,
it just comes out of nowhere?
No. yes, and I'm not trying to disagree with Chuck because he like knows everything about Jason. But first of all, like in most of the movies, he goes after like the sinners and the fornicators. So like if you're drinking, if you're smoking, if you're having sex, things like that, that's what's gonna make him go after you. And then after that, when they're trying to like run away from him and all that stuff, and they try to kill him in order to save their own lives, that's when he starts killing them for that.
Yep.
Throw a machete like a fucking javelin.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes.
Jack Frost actually enjoys having sex.
I fucking hate
Well,
you
the
with
reason-
Jack Frost.
The reason Jason doesn't like having sex is because the reason he died is because 2 camp counselors weren't paying attention to him and he drowned in the lake.
But
Well,
did
that's why
he
his
do-
mother went on a killing spree.
Yep, and then he got back.
The camp counselors were having sex, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they weren't, as his mother said, they weren't paying any attention.
And Jack Frost's origin story was that he was a killer and he was going to be killed, and his truck driving him to death it got into an accident with a chemical truck, and therefore, and it was all planned. Like they wanted to see if they could reanimate this human soul in a different thing. And they did.
Basement's selling me so far.
I know.
No.
He has great puns. At one point in time, his body's all over the place. He's like, I'm a Picasso. Pretty good. Where Jason doesn't speak a word. Would you want to be killed by somebody that says nothing? Or somebody that rapes you first?
I mean...
One gives you beta carotene and your vitamin D.
I'm pretty sure we all know the answer to that one. Jesus Christ.
But in some cases...
What's wrong with you?
In some cases, he just
Oh
reels
my
off a
God.
really bad comedy line. But at least you go out being like, what? Instead of being like, oh God, no, you look like a testicle with a mask on. I don't know. Well, one's a bit more friendly too, holidays.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
friendly.
I don't know if he's that friendly or not.
With the carrot on Christmas. What, Bobbit?
I don't know if he's that friendly or not, but yeah, I guess he is.
No,
He's real
Yeah, to get
friendly.
the bathtub.
He's
I mean, if you
he's
take him
really,
before
really friendly while he's raping you when you're fucking stuffing the fucking stockings under the Christmas tree.
He's
And
stuffing your
this
stocking
kill
in.
count is not correct, because in the second movie, Jack Frost kills like 30 people. I mean, it's really
Oh,
bad. He starts throwing icicles and shit. And for a long time, in the second movie, he actually just becomes inanimate objects. Like, he's an ice cube moving along the ground, or a carrot moving along the sand.
Oh my God, I hate the fact that he is trying to sell Jack Frost so much.
Doo-doo.
Jack Frost.
Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
There's even a movie
Now-
with Jack Frost where he's a good guy. And it's not related to
Well,
this
that's a different one. That's Michael Keaton, yeah.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
don't say the
who's
same
going
thing.
off subject now, Basement?
All right,
Jesus
well,
fuck.
Jason's been in space, he's been in hell, he's been in Freddy's movies, he's been in every movie. Come on. Let me have this.
No.
Oh, God. No, we're not going to let you have it.
Alright, so Trek,
Cut
who you going
winners,
for?
Jason.
Who you go? Unless, are you wanting to bring in a third party?
No, I know who I want to bring in, but I'll save him for a little while. I'm going with Jason.
So fucking help me if anybody brings in my third party that I mentioned in the first round with this one. I swear to God, I'll kill you.
I'm tempted to be an agent of chaos and throw in a third party.
Swear I will fucking kill you.
You know, I don't know if it's yours.
Alpha, bring in, help me, Alpha. Say Jack Frost. That's
Hell no.
Okay. Look, man, I guess you go with
Okay.
Jason. Okay, if
I'm
you
gonna-
for.
Can I throw in my third person?
Do you want to wait? Are you using your only chance this whole round to bring in a third party?
Yep, because I really want to really make this really difficult.
Are you 100% sure?
I know who he's gonna throw in, and
If it's who I think it is, I'm gonna kick your ass, dude.
Dude, I'm so gonna kill you if it is. If it's who I think you're fucking gonna say, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill him.
No,
and
I
kill
don't.
you.
No.
Probably.
If I okay. All right.
All right. So I'll use it this round. Ready?
Okay. Well, you used it. Unfortunately, you don't get to choose who it is.
Ah.
Yes.
Damn.
So, we will see who that third party is, and I've only really included the main ones that were talking points in the first round. But
it might be the one I'm hoping for then.
It might. We're going here. And we're gonna spin this bad boy.
He's on the wheel. I can see him. Come on.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Freddie,
Let the
weren't you?
bodies hit the floor.
Yes, that's exactly who I wanted.
Son of a bitch!
Shut the fuck up! God damn it!
Exactly who I wanted.
Okay.
Rigged.
So no, it was completely random, but we did end up with this bad boy joining the mix, and this is where it becomes a Jack Frost victory.
No.
Oh, shit.
I hate you, Connor, so bad. God damn it.
I'm changing my vote to Freddie.
Oh God. Okay, he changed real quick.
Well, like I said in the last stream, that he's my favorite movie monster of all time. I mean, Dream Warriors is my favorite movie of all time, just because. I mean, the story was good. The characters were fun. You wanted to see those characters win. Shut up, JP.
My favorite guy was the black dude in Dream Warriors. He was good.
Oh, Kincaid.
Yeah, he's the best. He's my favorite.
Oh,
he was good.
Here's the thing. First of all, I fucking hate you. Second of all,
that was like, what were the chances that that is?
I was very happy with that.
1 in 10.
And this is exactly who I knew it was gonna fucking, and I knew it was gonna fucking. Even if Hunter could have chose, he was gonna be that guy that fucking chose. I knew you were.
That's who I was gonna wait to do.
You do, but okay, first of all, with Jack Frost, you know what? Fuck Jack Frost. Let's just
come
put
on.
him up.
If you can't pick between the other two, there's another option.
No. There's not another option. Fuck that guy.
It's like the presidential election, dude.
He's Bernie Sanders.
Here's the thing. With Jason, you can actively avoid Jason because you can stay away from Camp Crystal Lake because he only goes on Camp Crystal Lake aside when he goes to space, right?
He's been in Manhattan.
Yeah, I forgot about when he went to Manhattan. But for the majority of the time, you can stay away from Jason. Like, there's ways to like fucking stay away from him.
At this point,
you can't fucking stay away from Freddy Krueger.
But he's Elm Street. He's an Elm Street guy.
But he's dreams every town.
Eventually, you have to fucking sleep.
Does Jason sleep?
Yeah, that's how he controlled him in Freddy vs. Jason. He was actually not dead. He was comatose pretty much, and then Freddy impersonated his mother and tricked him.
Yeah, you know who doesn't sleep? Jack Frost.
You have to eventually sleep. So, I mean, I'm voting.
Why don't you entertain?
Sorry, guys, but you can't escape sleep. Freddy Krueger is who I'm going with.
Yep.
But then again, you can even if he gets you into sleep and he kills you, he's an undead fucking zombie, so he's not necessarily dead. Like, you know, like kill. Oh yeah, if you die in your dreams, you die in real life, and then he's dead in real life. So what? He's back. What's up, bro?
Right, but the whole point is like him killing you, not you killing him.
Right.
What?
JP is just repeating incessantly to himself that Jason cannot be killed.
And neither can Freddy, really.
Right.
Destroyed.
But so can Jason.
No.
Yes.
The way I'm looking at it,
Jack Frost can't be destroyed. I hate you guys. Why is he so dead?
There are active ways to avoid Jack Frost. There are active ways to avoid Jason.
He went to Hawaii.
There is no active way to fucking avoid Freddy Krueger. You have to sleep at some point in time.
Yep.
You're forgetting Jason basically can teleport. Yes.
But can he teleport out of his dreams?
Yes. Teleport.
Yeah, but unless you're at Camp Crystal Lake to begin with, he's not going to even want to go after you because he's not going to know who the fuck you are.
I think there's a clear winner. It's Jack Frost, and that's who I'm voting for.
No, it's not.
Come on, why are you guys throwing him away? First of all, he doesn't sleep.
He
can't be killed.
Because Freddy would just shish kebab and just melt him.
Listen,
he's
Jack
made
Frost
of
is the
water.
Ralph Nader of this
He's made
fight.
of water. What are they gonna do?
I'll put that son of a bitch under a heat lamp. He'll evaporate. We'll never see him again.
He's gonna go up in the clouds and come back down. He's part of the atmosphere,
And
baby.
if I get him first, he won't.
No, he's gonna come for you. And then he's gonna rape
Bullshit.
you.
There's no snow in
Oh my
Arizona,
God.
baby. There's no
Did you
snow
say-
in Arizona.
Can I just say how happy I am that this happened?
I hate you.
I mean, do you have a point of view for who would win? Because we all saw the movie. And the movie just ended up them beating the shit out of each other, cutting each other's body parts off. Yeah, Jason left with his head when he winked. I don't think either of them could potentially actually kill each other.
No.
That's why I'm going Jack Frost. Jack Frost, baby, Jack Frost.
All right, let's vote.
I'm going Freddy.
Yeah, we've got 2 Freddy, 1 Jack Frost, apparently.
Also, you know what? You compare kill count. Jason is way higher. And
Jason is, but
90% of Freddy's kills are like super elaborate. Jason just walks up, machete. Freddy's like, I'm gonna turn into your bed, and I'm gonna eat you. And that's what's my shit. I'm gonna turn into a TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Hell yeah.
But he's also like he cracks jokes a lot, and where Jason doesn't speak. So I don't know. Whatever. You guys talk it over because I chose Jack Frost. He's the best.
I think that makes Freddy scarier because he's gonna talk shit to you while he kills you, so you're gonna get pissed off even more and get scared even more.
No, you're just gonna get pissed off while you're dying.
All right, Connor, Bobbitt, Heather, who you got?
I'm going with Jason.
Okay.
You know,
Connor.
Jack Frost has some points here.
Oh my God.
He really does.
So did Damian Trump, but that didn't save his ass.
Oh my God.
I
It was Damien, but
this is really tough. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Freddy actually, and that's a tough one for me. That's a tough call for me, but I'm gonna go with Freddy because the uniqueness of him, the uniqueness of his kills, and you know, kind of like with Chucky, like Jason's like, oh yeah, sure, Jason Voorhees, and same thing with Freddy, but just something about the uniqueness of like the dreams and all that stuff. Freddy's a little bit, more different. Not that freaking zombie wielding, hockey mask wearing, machine wielding, freaking.
Freddy's like psychological.
Yeah, it takes imagination for him to come up with all this different shit.
So yeah, I'm going with Freddy.
And
Tough
he
call,
mind
but
fucks
Freddy.
you. Yeah, but like while he's killing you, he's mind fucking you before he does it.
Yep.
Right, Bobbitt.
Bobbitt.
I gotta go Jason.
Oh shit.
Okay, so we've got
up.
3 Freddys. We've got 3
Jasons.
Freddys, 2 Jasons. I know Alpha said
Jack
Jason
Frost.
in the chat. Who did JP say?
He said Jason also, so that's 3 and 3.
So 4.
I'm so happy.
3-3. So this all relies on so like Jack Frost obviously lost, so this relies on Basement.
Fuck.
So Basement
Jack
voted for Jack Frost.
won.
No, I didn't.
Oh, Jack
won
Frost
for me.
lost. So this is on you because we are tied 3 and 3.
I don't like that.
I am
Connor
so
was the
happy.
agent of chaos. Connor's
I
the
am-
Joker in this
I am
situation.
so happy that this happened. This is exactly what I was hoping would happen.
That's what I was
hate
thinking
you.
would happen.
Okay.
When I was gonna call in Freddy and the future ones, it's like waiting for it to be like a little bit softer of a matchup. Like Freddy just got kick ass. Like now we just gone to shit.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's what sucks is now we're gonna lose either Jason or Freddy in this whole competition.
Well, we've
But
already
wait.
lost Freddy once.
No,
We've lost Freddy once.
You never know what's gonna happen. We're gonna lose Jack Frost. Why does nobody care?
I care. I just don't care as much.
Basement.
Oh my
Basement
god.
is on you.
Here's the thing. I'm
Freddy or
looking like over the history of their movies. Freddy was known to have killed a lot of kids, right? Because those kids, 1, 2, like he
Teenagers
killed,
and stuff.
he killed a bunch of like young kids and teenagers. Where
So did Jason.
Jason didn't really kill kids. He killed teens.
He killed teenagers.
Yeah, but there's like that, like that line that he won't.
Yeah,
He's
but-
got a moral code somehow.
No, but
He tried to
but
kill a
here's-
kid in part 4. He tried to kill Corey Feldman's character.
How did he fail
Not
killing
only-
a kid? Is my question.
And
The
Easiest
kid
not
prey.
tricked
only
him.
that, but
Oh my god.
not only that, but most of the characters that Freddy killed were teenagers.
Yes.
All of them.
The only reason that he was
Some
killed
adults,
was
maybe.
because that they went to, when he was still alive, he was a child murderer. And then they tracked him to his boiler room, killed him, so he said he's got to get their firstborns. But by the time they got there, they were all teenagers.
Right.
Okay, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Big tough one. Big tough one in my pants.
That's what Freddy said.
The thing is, okay, Freddy is a bit more comical, where Freddy is a bit more comical, where Jason is not really, like, they make it comical with how ridiculous the kills are and stuff like that. It's very much more like, this guy is a black and white, you can't really reason with him, but he also has like a moral code of sorts where he only kills certain people that, to a point, until he goes to space, and who gives a fuck anymore after that. Both of them are ridiculous. This is why Jack Frost was the obvious option.
But here's the thing. We were discussing this earlier. Jason is kind of like, yes, he has a moral code, but he's kind of like a blind kill kind of guy in a way, because like he comes out of the water and he just blindly kills whoever he sees that is doing, like, committing sins, like fornicating, drinking, whatever. Whereas Freddy, when he's like fucking chasing these kids and on his way to murder them, he's psychologically mind fucking the shit out of them before he kills them.
Because it gives him more power.
Yeah, that is a good point. It's a bit more scary with the way that's done. And also, in your dreams is where everybody is vulnerable. Who hasn't had a bad dream? Who's had a 7-foot man with the fucking hockey mask chase after them in the woods with a machete? I mean,
this is my argument from the first fucking round.
So, Basement, I have a question.
Well, I wasn't even here for the first round, but that was my argument after the fact. Oh, you shut your mouth back there.
Shut up, chicken.
This is a Jason household.
Bobby, you had a question.
Yeah. Will the loser of this round get added back to the wheel, or are they just done with the tournament completely?
They won't be on the wheel for this. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Should they be? Should we add them to the wheel for this round? I don't think we should, because we've already debated them this round. I don't know if the wheel will even exist past this round, so they might be.
What if?
I say we debate it like it's one and done at this point in time. Yeah. Freddy vs. Jason happened. The movie happened. I mean, I will give some credence to the movie portraying it like Jason. The thing is that you had a third party there. It wasn't really just them. You had these fucking random ass people.
Teenagers.
Yeah, which are all terrible and stupid. Okay. Freddy can't do anything in the. Can he do much in the real world?
If you pull him into the real world, he could still find ways to kill you. He still has his glove.
That's the whole thing. Like, he was a fucking killer before he died.
Yeah. So
but
it's not just like
he loses all of his psychological power in the real world.
But he does have the glove still, so he does still have a way to kill you.
No glove,
in the floor.
Yeah, but he can still run away from him.
Also, as like a character, I respect. How many people have played Jason, where the actual actor that's played Freddy has played Freddy for almost ever until the new ones. Like, he portrayed him so many times, he made him iconic. Walter in the chat says Freddy scares me. I just want to beat up Freddy. What about Jason? He went to space. And I think actually going to space hurts Jason, because that's like a last gasp for me for a franchise, more so than it's like, where haven't we gone? Space, the final frontier. I'm going Freddy. Going Freddy.
He comes back as underdog.
And that's only because I couldn't go Jack Frost. I got forced to choose something else. Fuck this. Fuck everyone. Jack Frost was the real hero. I love being
an agent of chaos.
Jack Frost was the real hero.
Oh my god. I mean, it sucks that we lost Jason now, though.
Yeah, well, what can you do? That shit happens. Who hasn't picked? Heather, right? Heather, who are you going for?
Heather.
Okay.
What?
Sorry, I had to mute because somebody's being who they are.
I don't know. That might be the worst insult, or the. Okay. Sorry, left.
The left side, the pink into the lighter pink.
This like red into white or pink into white?
Yep.
Hold on. Yeah. Boom. Ooh.
Fuck me.
And the thing is, I've actually like pretty much all the characters that were here. I did extra research on, so I do know a bit more about these two. Pumpkinhead scared the shit out of me as a child, but it scared me even more. That being said, they are two very different entities. I'm gonna say.
Kill count again, Jesus.
2 to 1800.
Between 2 to about 1800, somewhere in that ballpark.
So I will say with Pumpkinhead
Part of
is something.
Gary for hundreds of years.
Yeah, and I mean
Right.
it does add up. Pumpkinhead is summoned by someone that's looking for revenge. At least that's what I get from the lore of it, where it has nothing to do with that. But Pennywise is just immortal, but he also is not there for a large amount of time. He emerges every 27 years to feed, and he feeds on fear and kids. Where Pumpkinhead has kind of like he's got a mission, and the mission is not only his; it's of his controller. And if his controller gets killed, he disappears. But I don't think you can kill him otherwise.
I'll be right back. I have to pee.
You know what? I'm
Don't
gonna pull
fall
a
in.
Connor. I'm gonna go a third party on this.
Oh.
Whoa! You're bringing in the third triple threat. You're triple treading it.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
Let's hope
Here
it's
we
not
go.
as bad as mine.
All right. Let's bring back the wheel of justice.
That chaos agency is getting bigger by the
It's
day.
so much fun.
Here we go. If it goes Freddy, we'll just spin again. Okay.
Yep.
Third party goes Carrie. Okay. Okay, so we've got Carrie versus Pumpkinhead versus it.
I still think my decision hasn't changed even with Carrie being added in.
No, mine hasn't
Same.
either.
The thing is, like, okay, so if I take, say, Pennywise and I put him against Carrie, who Carrie is still like a teenager,
Yep.
Yep.
so I guess she might still fit the mold, but she's got a bunch of
She
fucking
does.
powers too. The only thing is, like, all she can do is, like, I think she'd be able to stop it.
Why are you constantly trying to make things fight each other?
But that's what the fuck. It's a
fun.
tournament. It's a tournament. Wouldn't they if they had to fight? If it went after Carrie, I don't think it would get Carrie. But I
No.
also think that it would just live on way past Carrie's lifespan.
Well,
It
it
would
would just.
hibernate and come back.
I was about to say it would just go away, or either focus on another kid, or go away for 27 years or something. Because obviously that's what happens to it in it. That's what happens to Pennywise in the movies. I think for me, Pennywise is the winner between all three, not only because of his success rate and that wonderful broad potential kill count. But the thing that I also like about Pennywise is not that it's not just a clown. It's not just a creature that's dressed as a clown or disguised as a clown, but he morphs into the kids' fears
Yeah.
in each instances. So that's more. So it's not a matter of just like, okay, a clown's coming after you. Okay, a spider alien creature shit thing is coming after you. It specifically targets what you are afraid of and goes after you, and that's pretty fucking terrifying on a bunch of different levels.
And it feeds on hate too, as we saw in the second one, that comes back from a hate crime against a gay person. So he comes back from hate too.
That was
So
a
give me
different-
Pennywise.
Okay.
But I mean, I feel like you also have to look at Pennywise was kind of, I'm going to say defeated in quotations by 6 kids.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, it's 'cause
Guys,
they
I'm
sat
sorry,
there
but I
because
really
they
have to
weren't
pee.
afraid of him anymore.
That's true. I really have to pee, so I'm just gonna cast my vote. But I'm gonna go with it, and now I'm gonna go pee.
Okay.
You already peed.
We had 2 with Pennywise. I mean, it's going to be I think Pennywise is one of those ones that's hard to go against. Unless you're like one of the big juggernauts. Pumpkinhead, in my mind, has no chance because Pennywise, like we've seen that he can control adults. He doesn't necessarily like to feed on adults, but there's no qualms with him controlling or killing them because he's killed them in this series. He's controlled them, like with the young girl's father. even though her father was terrible, he like couldn't see all the torment that Pennywise was doing to her in the bathroom with all the blood. But he also has like control. He basically, I think he like the way I understand it, he can control he can control Derry to a certain extent, but loves to, like it's just basically a feeding ground for young kids. But even though that's being said, he does kill adults, so. I don't know. I gotta go it. There's no even with Carrie being there, I gotta go it.
There's 3 with Pennywise.
Yeah, and Alpha said, "Damn it!" So I'm gonna take that as he's going for it. I don't know. I mean, that guy. I don't care. Oh, it's Bobbit. Who are you going with? You spin the wheel of destruction.
I won't go with it just because for some reason in the book they all fuck each other. I don't.
Yeah, at some point in time you get a child orgy.
The explanation behind it. The explanation behind it with the book is children forget things unless something happens to make them an adult, and they basically have a gangbang.
There's other ways.
I mean, I feel like that's a reason someone would use that. Gangbang children.
The explanation in real life was he was on drugs.
What was that, Trey?
I said the explanation in real life was that Stephen King was on a lot of drugs.
He was on painkillers because of his accident after.
I think he wrote that before that, right?
He wrote that before.
Yeah.
Because it was in the 90s when they did the miniseries. That was way before his car accident.
For fuck's sakes, I mean, when it comes to this guy, he writes a book every 7 days. He's got to be on something.
The words, for fuck's sakes.
He's got to be on something, baby. Also, Pumpkinhead, the design is cool and everything. It's just like there's a reason nobody really knows who Pumpkinhead is.
I mean, not only that, like you said that if his creator dies, he dies, or his summoner dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The other thing too is like I think in the original Pumpkinhead, it's Lance Henriksen, and he kills himself because is that right, Trek? Because I'm pretty sure that is how it goes.
It's been a long time. I think that is right. Yeah, because he wasn't back for the sequel.
Well, you have to look at like how much the human psyche can take. If you're going to go on a revenge mission, eventually some shit happens and you kill the wrong person, or you kill a person and you're like, I can't live with it. That's it. Pumpkinhead's gone. He's forever. So he's like, I think there's like some sort of ceremony that you do to summon him. So like he is forever, where Carrie is finite. But it is just more scary because he operates on his own will. That's my honest opinion, and it seems like it is the winner. But whoever hasn't cast their vote, go ahead and do so.
I'll go with Pennywise.
Is Pennywise getting a clean sweep?
I think so, unless Heather. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Pennywise takes the victory, and we move on to the next. The first person to cast here was Okay Fabe, and I don't think there's much activity in the chat, or else I'd ask them who to pick next. But we'll start with you, Connor. Go ahead.
All right, so let's see. I will take the light blue on the left, the very top left one.
All right, here we go.
Ooh.
God fucking damn you, Connor.
I'm just really fucking this whole thing up for everybody, aren't I?
Hey, that's part of the fun, the unpredictability.
Why wasn't I invited to the next one? Agent of Chaos, asshole.
Connor's Skype mysteriously skipped out for the entire night.
That's blocked.
We got The Thing versus the Xenomorph from the Alien franchise. These actually are somewhat similar creatures.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wondering if a facehugger hits someone that is the Thing, what does that result in?
Ultimately destroyed.
Run.
It's literally the ultimate being.
Well, they have acid for blood, so that wouldn't help either.
This is a
Alpha
tough one.
says alien easy. I don't know about that, man.
No, I don't know about that either.
The one thing is,
Alpha, have you ever seen John Carpenter's The Thing? Considering it can take over a human's body and you would never know it until it was attacked.
I think that's the reason. I was gonna say I think that's my reason for leaning more towards The Thing, is because design-wise, I like the Xenomorph obviously a lot more, and Aliens is a classic. But The Thing has this like amazing like suspense looming over it of you don't know what the thing is, where it is, who it is, what it looks like, and
at the end of the movie, you don't know if they actually destroyed it.
Exactly. Like there's a lot to like about the.
I will say, like, a lot of the things you guys are saying is something that's very fearful for, say, people. So you don't know who to trust. But when it comes to the Xenomorph, which is more of an animal than it does have intelligence and shit like that. But they haven't really shown a huge amount of how they interact with each other and how that dynamic of, like, say, the Thing and how it takes over people, how that would apply to something more animalistic. They show it in the dogs, but I think the Xenomorph is much more intelligent than a dog and a much more predatory hunter. I don't know the extent of how it can pinpoint what is and what isn't a Xenomorph.
But the thing about the Thing is that you could be part of the Thing and not realize it.
That is true, because that does happen in the movies. Where, like, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they know, but they don't say anything. I don't know. It's kind of the thing. The movie is so very ambiguous with a lot of what it does, but the things that it does tell you make the Thing extremely scary. And it's like a cancer among whatever colony it infects and turns everything into itself. That being said, a Xenomorph is just that, a Xenomorph. It's not the queen, it's not the hive, it's not all of them. It's the one alien creature.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thing on this one, just because I feel like there's more. It's hard. It's a tough one, but yeah, I think Thing has that more suspense of you don't know who, you don't know what. The it's a lot harder to. It's a lot harder to kill because you just don't know where the hell it is or who the hell it is and all that stuff. Yeah, damn, it's a tough one.
And to clarify their basement, the occupant, let's call it, doesn't know until it's too late.
But I mean, they do show signs, do they not?
No, they do.
They don't. No, they don't. The parasite is so smart that it actually assimilates personality until the point that it's ready to sit there and start killing.
But it does put self-preservation over everything. So during self-preservation moments, it will show itself.
Yes.
Right.
The thing is, it's basically Xenomorph versus Xenomorph when it comes down to it. But once a Xenomorph attacks another one and it turns into some unstoppable, disgusting creature, it's gonna fuck its ass up.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? No, here's the thing. It's more like Xenomorph versus like highly sophisticated Xenomorph that can morph into literally anything. Because like a Xenomorph, like you were saying before, it's just a fucking alien. The Thing can be anything. So like it could literally transform itself into like the fucking most deadliest animal.
Well, it can only
life and fucking just maul you to shit.
A living being.
It can only take over something
being, which
in
an
the
animal
area.
is. So, like,
it can only take over something that it can actually physically interact with at that time. Plus, it needs time to assimilate. It doesn't happen immediately. It has a gestation period.
Either way around, man. My vote's with the Thing. Like anything that can turn into something else. Yep, got my vote. Because you don't, like Connor was saying, you don't know.
But the Xenomorph,
who it is,
through
what
evolution,
it is,
does the
where
same
it is.
thing. The Xenomorph, for most part, captures its prey and then impregnates them.
But the Xenomorph, most of the time, you can like tell maybe not where it is, but you know what it is. So like as soon as you see it, you know what you're looking for. Whereas the thing, you don't know what the fuck you're looking for because you don't know what it is. You don't know what it's morphed into.
It's got like a one trick, but that trick is super deadly. Other than that, I mean, it's a bunch of like tendrils and shit once it shows itself. And once it shows itself, it can't go back to its original form, from what I understand. What has alien blood? Here's my question: if the thing tried to assimilate a xenomorph with acid blood, could that even be done?
It's a possibility because it like I said, it's incredibly smart.
And the only thing that really hurts the thing is fire. It's the same thing that hurts alien. Fuck this matchup. All right, I'm after a long, hard masturbation process, I'm going with the thing. That was probably one of the tougher matchups I would say the thing could get because they're
two for two right now.
So similar. We're batting 2 for 2. Who hasn't voted?
I haven't. And
I'm saying I'm batting 2 for 2 for making this tournament difficult.
Right. I hate you. No, we have 3 things and 1 alien from the chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it 4 for the thing because I'm going with the thing. There's nothing scarier than sitting next to somebody and then all of a sudden they just latch onto you and try to absorb you into their own body.
Yeah.
Thought my ex was.
You're not alone. All right. All right, the thing then. I mean, you guys can cast your votes if you want.
Literally gonna say the same fucking thing.
Yeah, the thing. I'm going with the thing as well. I'm gonna make it unanimous.
All right, Bobbit, if you want, you can cast your vote, but we're gonna move on here. And the next person that picked one was Gina, so you can go ahead and pick one as well.
Okay. Is Bobbit having trouble again?
No, I would have went alien.
You're gonna go alien? Okay.
Well,
Okay, let's
unanimous.
see.
There's 2 for alien.
We're gonna go with the. I don't know. Is it like a beige color on the right?
Yeah, this like light brown or whatever. This thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's move that bad boy out of the way, and we've got this.
Oh, dear Lord. This is going to be another slobber knocker.
This one is like, I have an obvious character I like more than the other.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
if you had to have them go at each other, like the problem is Slender Man, whoever created this fucking thing, was like, can we give all of the powers ever to one character? Yeah, we can, and then we'll do nothing with him forever.
Yeah, because the movie didn't exactly set the world
The
on
movie
fire.
was fucking garbage. I literally watched the first 45 minutes of this movie, and I swear to God, I was like, what is this pile of shit? They go and they watch some video that's apparently supposed to like bring Slender Man or some shit, and then like the first 45 minutes, the only thing I got was a girl staring at the forest. That's
What are
it.
you doing, Slender Bro?
That's it. It's supposed to be some sort of like hypnotic shit, but
What was that, Bobbit?
If it was little girl sitting with Austin, Slenderman wouldn't even be all this thing.
I think you said something about little girls and Slender Man.
Yeah, those girls here in Wisconsin, if they didn't do what they did, Slenderman wouldn't be as popular as it is.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, Slender Man doesn't really have, in my honest opinion, like, it doesn't have the theatrical backing. I mean, you're looking at a theatrical powerhouse versus someone that had one movie that was absolute garbage.
I don't care for Slender Man in any way, shape, or form, to be honest.
Me neither.
Okay. I'm just gonna say that I've been talking for like the past like 2 minutes, and I didn't realize I was on mute. But I just want to know why that guy is like on that branch by his nuts.
No, it's on, that's Slender Man's fucking.
That's the tentacles from
He's got
Slender
tentacles.
Man.
He's got
around his throat.
tentacles. He's a tentacle guy.
Oh, I thought it was a tree branch. I'm like, why is the tree branch going through his nuts?
It's like Evil Dead all over again.
What are you doing, Slender Bro?
Stop tentacling me, Slender Bro. I'm stuck in the dryer.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, the scariest thing about Slender Man was the urban myths or the urban legends that were going around about Slender Man, and those are actually what got those two girls to do what they did, and then that was what got made it popular, like Bob had said. Because if it was just based on the movie alone, it would not have been popular.
Never would have seen the light of day.
It wouldn't have been a thing at all. So, and the urban legend behind Slender Man did make it more scary. I will say that, because it was very ominous. But fucking against Michael Myers, no way.
Yeah, this seems a bit of a slam dunk to me. I think I'm going Michael. No doubt.
What? No, you know what? Fuck this. I'm pulling my wild card. Let's get another baby in here.
Oh.
I was gonna say you're looking at William Shatner versus a giant sperm in a suit.
Seem to win.
But okay, so hold on. Who has voted to get another one in here? Okay, Fabes is gone. Bobbits is gone. And now Gina's is gone. There's only 3 left. Okay, let's bring back the wheel and let's get into this bad boy.
This will be interesting.
Watch
Chaos, ancient chaos, ancient chaos.
Can't catch anybody. It's gonna be Babadook or whatever the fuck that. Whoever the fuck JP wasn't having a cow over, that's who's gonna be.
It is JP was having a cow over. It was Pazuzu that he was horribly in love with.
Pazuzu.
Bless you.
But you know what? When it comes down to it, Pazuzu is demonic force.
Full-on demonic force.
I wonder, could Pazuzu kind of get into Michael Myers? Because I don't think Slender Man can lick my fucking taint. I'm not going with Slender Man.
Well, that's the thing. Pazuzu could fucking possess Michael Myers.
Right, but then Michael has so much evil inside him already. He's kind of already possessed.
I'm still going with Michael. Michael.
I mean, when it comes down to it, you either have a child that can spin her head around and crawl down the stairs, or William Shatner killing people left, right, and center with a sword.
Okay, but here's the thing: it's not the child; it's what's inside the child.
True,
which is a major evil fucking entity.
But I also feel like Pazuzu preys on people that want to keep people alive. Michael Myers doesn't want to keep fucking shit alive.
Right.
In hell.
That's how we decided over Jennifer from Jennifer's Body, because he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to kill people.
No, that's not what decided it. What decided it was Michael Myers was the better killer than fucking a succubus in a teenager's body.
Yeah. So I'm still
sticking with
Michael. Mike. Yep.
I don't know. Uzuzap. If it's backwards, that's how it's said.
I think for me, Michael is scary because he's just... When they started out, it was just a young boy who murdered his sister. There was no reason. He was just pure evil.
But this is a demon. Wouldn't a demon also be the same thing?
No, the demon may have an agenda. Michael Myers is just sick.
Well, I mean, the demon's agenda is fucking possession, torture, spiritual corruption, mutilation, and destruction.
I'm gonna say right now that a demon with a fucking agenda is way fucking scarier to me than fucking one boy that wants to kill his sister for no reason.
I mean, I'm going off the track record, though.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, when it comes down to it, Pazuzu, I know it's been referenced in other things, but the main fucking thing we're talking about is The Exorcist. And though it does kill a couple people, its main goal is to terrorized a random fucking kid. So
I agree with you, Gina, but I think that I'm just going off of the track record of the two.
Mm-hmm. What does Michael Myers just kill?
140 something.
A lot. He's up there with Jason.
Yeah.
He's got 121.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's been so many fucking movies, and they're gonna keep making them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Pazuzu is not about numbers. It's about Pazuzu literally takes weeks, if not months, to torture somebody, which is more strenuous to people around them.
Pazuzu's not about the kills. It's about the consonants in his name.
It's quality. Hey.
fucking Jack Frost all over again.
All right, I am going to let Gina
like,
decide who
here's the
she's
thing.
going with before I go.
Okay, here's the thing though. Pazuzu can, like Basement said, literally can psychologically mind fuck ever they are possessing and the people around them for literally months, years, literally however long he wants to.
It's whether like the torture of one person is worth more than the murder of 121 people.
Right, but you also have to remember that Pazuzu is a demon. So just because they get him out of one person doesn't mean that he's not going to possess another person and do it all over again.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the movie, he possessed the priest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he did it all over again.
Yeah, he jumps from body to body, and even destroying one body, it's never. I don't know. I don't know if there's any way to actually stop that, but the spread is so slow, where like I mean, by the time Pazuzu has killed 5 people, Michael Myers has killed 710.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah, but Michael only
Right. But
needs
here's
one
the
night.
question. Right. But here's the
true.
question. You are literally taking numbers over psychological fucking torture because
he tortures
he may
fucking.
only-
To
Hold
be
on.
fair,
But no,
to be
but-
fair, with the first movie, nobody knew who was killing. Jamie Lee Curtis didn't know who was killing her friends. She just turned up
true.
and found the dead body.
Yeah, but through the lore of
true.
the franchise, he
But-
does torture people mentally before he kills them. He shows
But-
up
but-
outside
but-
the school
but-
staring at a
but-
girl. Just,
but-
what's
hey,
up, girl?
but is it Pazuzu level torture?
Yeah,
my question.
you can only really
Because,
say
like-
that because so like you can only say that because of how The Exorcist portrays Pazuzu.
Right, but like
Is
okay,
everything
I'm
going to
not
be
only looking
a
at it
child
as, like,
over
Pazuzu's-
7 months being
But I'm not
killed?
only looking at it as like whoever Pazuzu is possessing. I'm looking at it of like the people around the person that they are possessing because Pazuzu will literally kill people around the child too as
Well,
well.
Michael Myers is
And
the
not
same
only
thing.
that, but they put their life through fucking hell. So it's like a psychological mindfuck. So even though he doesn't have as many kills, in my opinion, his kills are probably worse.
But where's
than
the
Michael Myers.
psychological like trauma stop? Because Michael Myers shows up on one night, kills fucking 3 people in one family, and there's one person left. I mean, they don't show it, but that person's not going to be good forever.
And then he
But-
waited 15 years between the first night and the second night, so it's not like he's not patient.
Right. But then you got to think of Pazuzu, who can literally jump from body to body whenever the fuck they want, pretty
Also-
much. And then you have to think of the psychological torture that not only that one person is going to go through, but whoever he's possessing from then on out, along with their families,
Also,
the priests.
Michael Myers is not immortal.
Exactly. I don't know.
But then, Gina, with Pazuzu, all you have to do is show a crucifix. And that's
Right.
the weakness.
The powder of Christ compels you, and then oh my
Powder?
god, it does! Oh my god, fucking Jonah, just fucking what the fuck is his name? Jonah. Oh my god, he just popped in my head.
Jonas
Does
Brothers?
it, Jay? Does it really?
Okay.
Guys know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Jonah
I know
Hill.
I know what you're talking about.
Thank you. Power of
Does it
Christ
really?
compels you. I love the fucking movie so much.
I don't care. The powder of Christ compels you. Let's
Yep,
fucking
yep.
The powder of Christ compels you. We've got concentrated Christ here. We got dehydrated Christ. It will compel you.
Just add water.
All right, I'm going with Michael Myers. Sorry, Pazuzu can lick
Oh my
my
God.
asshole.
That's 3 for Mike.
Make that 4, because I'm going Michael also.
Oh, just like Mike.
Damn.
Yeah,
JP,
Everybody
man,
wants to
I'm
be like
sorry.
we tried, but we
JP,
failed
I'm
again.
sorry. I fucking tried to make the argument, but I am also going Michael Myers.
No, in this, he would have voted Michael Myers too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah.
Bobbin?
Well, considering I had the same name as him, I'm gonna go Michael.
I'm gonna go Pazuzu.
I tried it 6 times.
That'd be great. Okay, I think it's Truck's turn to pick. I think, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the orange in the right-hand corner.
Top right orange. So we're getting the orange clear. Everybody's favorite, Maniac Cop versus Christine.
And I'm gonna pull my money in the bank card and do a third person.
Okay.
Thank God.
We're starting off with.
Who the fuck is Maniac Cop?
Oh, you don't know? He's the English Jason, I guess.
He's a zombie cop that just goes on a killing spree.
How the fuck did this end up in this fucking competition?
Listen, he kills a lot of people. There's 3 movies. You guys just don't know them because you're not British.
Or Canadian.
It's like the Downtown Abbey.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I'll try again next time.
Who do we got joining this fucking ship?
He ended up in the movie because he was up against Audrey too.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna start with
Okay,
the
hold on.
actual.
Everybody, hold on a second. What, Heather?
He ended up on this list because he went up against Audrey too.
Yeah, but also he was
that makes
literally the best, and I hate you guys.
Hey
for
Gina,
hating
look
him.
who made it.
Who made it? I can't. Oh god, there's Leprechaun. This shit fucking creeped the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Here's the thing. Christine is a car. Maniac Cop is a cop. Cops stop cars from speeding. And then you have Leprechaun, who's a midget.
It's a classic rock, paper, scissors scenario all over again.
Can I just go ahead and vote?
Yes, Bobbit.
Go for it, Bobbit.
I'm going fucking Christine.
No, it's because you're a car man. Here's the thing. Maniac Cop killed 52 people. 52. That's a large amount of individuals. He started off righteous, but he was killed by the Force, so he went against the Force. And then he stopped caring about the Force and started killing
like
everybody.
Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
He's
hold
Luke
on, here's my
Skywalker,
question.
zombie monsters.
Here's my question. Do you just feel this do you get compelled in order to fucking fight for the least interesting prospect?
I'm telling you, Maniac Cop is better than Christine. Christine's a car.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I don't know about Leprechaun.
Leprechaun is
Christine is the car that possesses you.
Yep, she possessed Arnie.
But here's the thing: put her on a boat, sink the boat. What's she gonna do? What's she gonna do?
Okay, first of all, have you not seen Fast and the Furious? A car can go on a boat, okay?
Yeah, but then you sink the boat. Then you sink the boat.
A lot darker with that, but never mind.
Then you sink the boat. What happens if Vin Diesel gets in this car? Okay, it's Coronas for everybody. Who knows?
Coronas for everybody. Yeah, we're all gonna die.
Christine is like, okay, I'm gonna go up into a building. What are you gonna do, Christine? You're gonna come after me in the elevator that you don't fit in? Maniac Cop, however, is a police officer. He can go anywhere he wants.
I'm not worried about
Christine.
Christine.
Sooner or later, you have to come down from the elevator.
Do I?
And not only that, Christine could just run over the Leprechaun and the cop.
The Leprechaun is magical though, so he might not.
Yeah,
even
but
be
maybe
able to
Leprechaun could take over Christine somehow.
That's true. He does have his luck of the Irish.
Magical powers, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. He's in love with shoes, apparently. So
he's got a foot thing.
He's got a foot thing. They kind of allude to it as the movies go on. He's been to the hood.
God. Oh my god, it makes so much sense why he fucking creeped the shit out of me when I was a kid so much now.
Mm-hmm. He's a foot
It
lover.
all makes sense. He's a fucking foot lover.
All he has to do is be a weatherman. It's a full fucking trifecta.
Yep.
God.
Damn it, Connor, we're all agents of chaos tonight. We made Gina go nuts.
Here's the thing, though. When it comes to kill count, Maniac Cop is on top. Because even if you look at Leprechaun, he doesn't kill people, he just fucks with them.
Yes.
And I mean, the sheer amount of people that have shot Leprechaun, like in every movie, he gets shot 70 times. Like, look, even in this little gif, he's gonna get shot.
I'm gonna go with Maniac Cop.
Whoa, I didn't expect anybody to be convinced by my saying.
No, I think. Well, no, I mean, if you're talking about I'm talking effectiveness and stuff. Leprechaun does not scare me.
Yeah, he's more of like a joke. I mean, Christine doesn't really scare me either because it almost like Christine is like if you get into the car, she takes you over, and then some heinous shit
Just get a fucking
happens.
tire strip and you're good.
She does regenerate though. She does regenerate. So that's a danger.
Because those guys tried to destroy her and she killed all of them and came back bigger and better.
I'm just gonna go somewhere that doesn't need roads. We're going.
Do you come back as a minivan?
I love how one of the fucking leprechaun's powers is hanging in the hood.
That's why I'm voting Leprechaun because he's been everywhere.
Did it for 2 movies, so he's good at it.
And the funniest part is about the one that he was in the hood, the first one. The first 10 minutes of the movie, they just literally took the first Leprechaun movie and put it back in the 5th one or whatever it was. They literally carbon copied. They didn't even reshoot it. They put audio over it.
It's the thing, okay? Maniac Cop. Just a fucking cop.
He's not. Whatever. He's an undead zombie cop. He's like Jason Voorhees, but a police officer.
Okay, whatever. Super fucking ridiculous, okay? But
it's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous.
Christine, while Christine can possess people, look at all the fucking powers that Leprechaun has. He has like magic, teleportation.
Most of them are really terrible, though. How does he use them? How does he use them?
Mind control, telekinesis, pyrokinesis. Fuck.
Here's the thing. How does he use them? Because he's kind of a little bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Like he is such a bitch of a character. Like you look at Christine, regeneration, tremendous horsepower, corrupting influence, ability to operate autonomously. She doesn't need a driver. Fuck it. Who cares? But then you take a look at Maniac Cop, everyone's favorite police officer. Look at that. Immortality, pain immunity, murdering skills. He knows how to use police weapons.
Well, he's a cop.
A baton.
He slaughters the entire police force at the shooting range by hiding behind the things, then just blasting the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm. He also looks like he ate out a lawnmower in the GIF. But that's one thing. I mean, the problem is Maniac Cop, nobody knows because we're not British. So Leprechaun for me.
I'm going to go Leprechaun 2 just because like Leprechaun scared me as a kid more than Christine did.
I'm gonna go Leprechaun 5. You know what? Christine was supposed to be made PG, so that they kind of like had to reel in on the badness with Christine. So that kind of hurts it too. I don't know. We've got 1 Maniac Cop. We've got 2 Leprechauns. The rest of you guys.
I'm going Christine. She's always been my favorite.
Ooh. Oh, actually, no. Bobbin went Christine too. So we got 2 Christines, 2 Leprechauns, and 1 Maniac Cop. Trek.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going Leprechaun.
Oh, we can look at the chat. If the chat delivers anything like Christine, then we've got a mixed bag of Leprechaun versus a car. And if anything like Leprechaun versus shotgun, I don't know.
For me, I could still remember seeing the Leprechaun ads on TV, and I saw that first, and
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's scary, but it's still funny as shit too. I mean,
here's the thing. Christine only had 1 movie, from what my understanding. Leprechaun had literally like 10, and all of them were absolute garbage. Maniac Cop had like 5, and all of them were Maniac Cop 1.
Fuck. Alpha is voting for Christine.
Okay, so Maniac Cop is dead. But who voted for Maniac Cop?
Connor did.
Connor, Christine, or Leprechaun?
Is Jack Frost still an option?
Oh gosh.
Just double check.
Don't get him fucking started again.
What happened was true.
Actually,
I don't know.
Okay, so looking at, I'll give you a little refresher on Leprechaun. There he is. He's a piece of shit. And the thing with Leprechaun too, like in every movie he's in, I almost feel like he's just added into the movie. Like half the time the movie is a movie without him. Then all of a sudden he's like, "Here I am. Give me your shoes. Where's me gold?"
Hey, I have a question. Christine. He's gonna go Christine?
Yeah.
But I do have a question. Leprechaun was separate from the one with the trolls, right?
Yes. Yeah, Trolls was a different movie.
Okay.
They're eating
I
her.
thought so.
Then they're gonna eat me.
And then they're gonna eat her.
Okay, Bobbit, you're next. You get to pick which one. But in the end, Christine won. Christine beat off Leprechaun.
Eat her muff, huh?
Let's go with the purple on the left side.
Purple on the left side. Hold on, let me get rid of the wheel here. Purple, the pink, this, whatever. I guess it's the same fucking shit. Boom!
Oh god.
We've got two entities having sex with each other in the moonlight.
And everybody wins.
Boom.
Ooh.
We've got the Babadook versus Samara from The Ring. The Babadook scoring 0 kills and Samara scoring 3, while Samara is a child and Babadook is a child's novel.
Here's my question: how the fuck? Like, I remember talking about Babadook and I remember voting for Babadook, but how the hell did they end up on this list when they didn't kill anyone?
Randomizers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like the fear. You don't necessarily have to kill someone, but the fear you instill. I mean, I think like the Babadook was more of a theme than anything else. It was made to be a horror, but it was pushing a theme of a sort, more than Samara is pushing a theme in The Ring. For fuck's sakes.
I should have saved my fucking thing and thrown it in the hat right now.
We still have some people, me and you, Heather, waiting to throw upon the. But we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things left. So, yay. Oh, my eye is fucking killing me.
You cut out for a second there for me.
Talking about 6.
Yeah, you cut out there for a second for me, and I could have sworn you were saying I was getting high.
Of course, I was.
Well, Gina, you said earlier that Jigsaw never killed anyone, and he was still pretty high on the list, wasn't he?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Then again, it's like one is more about psychological horror and terrorizing a very specific person, where The Ring was kind of like similar, but it was more like the impending doom was more scary, and then once it happened,
and you have to watch a tape in order to summon her.
Yeah, where you have to read a child's book in order to summon the Babadook, kind of. So
that's what killed me with the fucking Ring, because as soon as they're like, "Oh, well, you gotta watch this tape," I'm like, "Fucking burn the fucking tape."
Gina takes the tape and just hits a field goal with it.
The one thing I will say,
somebody told me, "Oh, don't watch this tape or you're gonna fucking die." Oh, okay, on fire it is then.
What you said, that's a good point, because they don't do that in The Ring. They don't try to destroy the tape. In the Babadook, they destroy the book and it just comes back. They burn the book and the book comes back. So they can't really get rid of it until the end.
It's kind of like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. You could try to destroy it, but it's got to come back another way.
Yeah, I mean,
it's more like Jumanji, Trek.
Yeah, it's like the horror Jumanji. But the whole idea is like it plays on themes of like a single parent and stuff like that. So it's a better movie, 100%. But as a villain, I don't know. Samara kind of like isn't this the one that like comes out of the TV and like dements people's faces, like turns them all warped and shit like that? Man, I don't really remember. Like I know she was like, "Oh, I was drowned in a well or kept in a well or some fucking stupid bullshit." I don't know when it comes down to it. These two are kind of both meh. So you know what I'm gonna do?
You're gonna invoke your right?
He's gonna throw his card.
Cash in, baby!
For the love of fucking God, please do.
Okay, delete myself, and here we go.
Because you got two creatures here that are pretty much the same thing. It's just one's a book, the other one's a tape.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So let's see who we get.
It's like,
oh, I spun it, but I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Nothing showed
up. It's okay. It came up Pazuzu. Same fucking shit. Okay, bam! Alright.
I know who I'm voting for.
I know who I'm voting for.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I 100% go with Dracula. At least Dracula has a high kill count. Dracula is even linked to like a real historical figure, not necessarily being like a fucking vampire.
Actual vampire, but definitely a terror of his own. Yes.
Yeah, way more ability. And the fact is, like when it comes down to it, Dracula doesn't need a book or a VHS tape for you to like. What happens when technology advances? Well, I guess tomorrow's done. They don't have Blu-ray of me.
I'm sure there's like a way for her to be online. There's always ways they could explain it, but I see what you mean.
Fuck her. Dracula, timeless, beautiful.
Yeah, fuck both of them. 100% Dracula.
Yep, same here. Dracula all the way.
What's up, Aru? You know what? We got Aru and Alpha in the chat. I am going to give one more roll of the dice on the wheel to the chat. So Alpha and Aru, when you guys feel the need to roll the dice, let us know. Just type roll the dice in the chat, and that will be your one and done. I do hope you guys agree on it, or if you guys are active enough in the chat to agree on it, then we'll do that. I'm going with Dracula. Who isn't going with Dracula first?
I don't think
it's unanimous with us, though.
Yeah. Fuck you, everyone else. You know what? I liked the Babadook. It was a good movie. The Ring, it was okay. Dracula, I don't know if I like the movie, the film Dracula more than I like the other ones, but the character is so much better.
It is.
But you know what? Like, and not only that, but like Dracula itself. I mean, like Heather said, that it was more developed. He had more kills, and he set up how many future fucking vampires. You know, not just vampires, but how many future monsters? Because Dracula was one of the very first.
He's referencing a bunch of different film franchises too. For the most part, he's in a bunch of different ones. He's in the Blade series, or referencing the Blade series, and he's in the other one with Kate Beckinsale that I can't remember.
Underworld.
It's not only with every single Halloween type movie, there's always a Dracula costume.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but if you look at this movie and you see the influence that it's had on all genres of movies, I mean, for fuck's sake, they made a cartoon movie called Hotel Transylvania that is literally based on Dracula.
Yep. And it's still going.
I mean, some part of me does feel like because it was like one of the first, it kind of got grown to be as big as it is, and like Dracula or vampires in general would always be big because they are like a species of creature, but I do feel like that works against the other two where they got big but not big enough.
Exactly, they never really went very far or developed as well as they could have.
Right, and if it wasn't for that, I mean, Heather got one of her favorite movies, The Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's like the thing is with vampires, there's a bunch of different iterations. Some of them ridiculous, some of them solid, and some of them completely like The Strain was a show and based on a comic book, I think, that was a different look at vampires too. So I mean, I like the fact that vampires have been used in so many different mediums. It does not necessarily have to be Dracula specifically, but that's that one touching point that you branch out from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he even showed up on Buffy. I mean, that's how big it was, because that's what they built it around, and they got to bring him into Buffy. So.
Yeah, well, there you go, Aru.
I mean, Dracula was like the original vampire, so it would make sense for them to bring him into something like that.
Talk about getting head, Aru. Fuck. All right, we're gonna move on. The next person to pick, I do believe, is Heather.
Or wait, that Trek picked that one, or was that Bobbit?
That was.
Who was that?
That was Bobbit.
That was Bobbit.
Yeah, I picked the orange one, and it was Maniac Cop versus Christine that I threw my card.
All right, Heather, who are you going with?
I am going to go with the grayscale on the right.
On the bottom right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Oh, yes.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that Jaws.
Doo-doo.
Have you ever heard of Candyman?
We had such a fucking argument about this one.
If you look.
Wait, Jaws against who?
Candyman.
Candyman.
Oh God.
Christ.
I have in my mind, after watching Candyman, I went back and watched it. I know we were all like, oh, we saw the first 10 seconds of it and shit like that. I mean, this movie is different, okay?
Yeah,
first of all,
it
like,
is.
the first, like, I don't think you see, there's no Candyman in the first half of the movie. Doesn't exist. It's not that he doesn't exist. It's just the lore of Candyman, and people try to be Candyman, or they're working off the lore to like create their own fucking comeuppance. But then like also like seeing some of the like shit that was like behind the scenes and stuff. I mean, the one thing Candyman has that Jaws doesn't have is a lot of like social commentary. Jaws is more of a monster movie, but they build the characters really well. Candyman is just
Yeah, but I mean,
different.
It's because of Jaws that we have Shark Week. What are you talking about?
right, but I mean, in the same sense, you've got Jaws, who like his only goal is to like eat and keep surviving, whereas Candyman's goal is to basically like seduce a bitch.
Yep.
It's 100% true. The whole
And
movie, he's
Candyman,
seducing
you
a
have to
bitch.
summon him just like Bloody Mary.
Right.
Yeah.
It's even
Whereas
worse than
Jaws
Bloody
just
Mary.
shows up.
You have to say Candyman 5 times instead of 3. He's on
Right.
Black Man's time.
When you say Candyman has a lot of instead of Jaws, I thought you were gonna say bees.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I don't know the huge lore behind Candyman. They don't touch on it. They don't go into it too much, but like the first movie at least, which I that's the only one I watched because I think it's the best. That was heralded as the best one, and it is actually, it's not a bad movie. Like, in all honesty, as like a horror movie, it's a bit more. It rides the line. It's not just a complete slasher, and in the most part, it kind of paints the girl he's seducing as the bad guy for 90% of the movie. He's not the bad guy, though his legend is there, and all the people in the hood are like, "Oh my god, it's Candyman! Candyman did it! Candyman!" But like every time he basically like puts her in situations where he kills people, and she's like left there unconscious, so she gets in trouble for it.
Yeah, it's kind of she's being psychologically tortured. It's like he's kind of like a tortured soul who just wants people to feel what he felt.
Yeah, and I mean, though, like they're not like fully divulgent in all of his history and stuff like that. I mean, I personally, I'm gonna say this right now, I give it to Candyman. Jaws is just an animal doing what an animal does. Yeah, it's a taste for blood, and every person's gonna be like, "Oh, it's a man killer. That's the worst thing ever." I'm like, okay, yeah, we've literally killed every fucking shark in the sea, so what does it matter? I'm gonna go with
Not only that,
Candyman.
I gotta go with Candyman too, because you can avoid Jaws by just not going into the fucking water.
You can avoid Candyman by not looking in the mirror and saying his name.
It's true.
And also, Candyman's
going
legend.
Candyman.
Candyman's legend is very limited to like a certain. At least in the movie, it's limited to a certain area or a certain city or something along those lines.
So, see, like, I look back at, like, what scared me the most when I was a kid when I watched them, and I will say that Candyman scared me way more than Jaws.
But
did.
how
Like,
many
Jaws,
people were scared of open water because of Jaws?
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that like it was because of, like single-handedly because of that movie that made them scared of open water. It like had the opposite effect for me. I don't understand. I'm fucking weird.
I mean, like I feel like a rational fear of like animals in their habitat, especially in water where that's not our natural habitat, is fine. But like I know people that are scared because of that movie. They're older now because the movie's older. But like like it did create a feel because this is another thing of Jack Torrance versus Chucky. One is a very real super predator. Like a shark in the water, good fucking luck. Game over for you. In most cases, but Candyman needs to be summoned. Yeah, don't go in the water.
Yeah, but like with Candyman, okay, let's say that like let's say you're with like a group of friends. Your friend could summon Candyman. You wouldn't even know it, but yet you're in the path of
the fact that he needs to be summoned. With Jaws, you just put a toe in the water, you're dead.
Right, but you can like choose to stay away from the water. Whereas if you're in a group of friends, you can't choose to have your friend not summon Candyman.
I mean, I'd say
You have no choice over that.
Candyman is a combination between the Invisible Man and his way of like torturing someone, and the Invisible Man and Bloody Mary. Though he is very frightening, the way that the movie portrays him, he is very much more putting a woman through torture because he's like, you're the spitting image of the person I was in love with back way before. I don't know. Yeah. He's eternal, but he needs to be summoned. Jaws isn't eternal. He doesn't need to be summoned. He's a ruthless killing machine, but he is also an animal. An animal needs to eat. So I don't know, man. I'm going Candyman, like I said. So I don't know.
All right, I'm going Jaws, for Candyman, and the chat's going for Jaws
Candyman here.
2 and 2. Okay, Fabe's going Candyman. 3 and 2. Trek.
I'm going Jaws because I grew up with it more, and that scene with the kid on the raft still scares the shit out of me.
3 and 3, and that's a rational fear. That's why one's rational, one's not. Bobbit.
I gotta go Jaws. I'm still afraid to go in the water.
Yeah. You know what? I can see it.
You know what? Like, I can see it too because, like, when I was on my senior trip, the sharks were spawning, and they had just reopened the beach when we went to the beach. My friend Annie actually got bit in the ankle by a baby fucking shark. So it's a very legitimate fear.
Shark.
And not to mention, Gina, you bringing up the fact that your friend can go and summon the Candyman, but remember what happened in Jaws? The sheriff wanted to shut down the beach, but the mayor sat there and said, no, there's no threat.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think a lot of like Jaws, the fear is done by the fact that the movie is done really well and the characters are really well. The fear of the shark, like we on in the movie Jaws, we're not given the luxury as like viewers to be like, just don't go in the water. But then again, you could say the same thing. Just don't say his name 5 times. And even then, I don't know if that like whole lore fucking thing with Candyman is real. I don't know. The first Candyman, if you watch it, it's a decent horror movie. Check it out. It's a bit more psychological than you'd ever think. And they do a lot of like themes with race and shit in it, which they're not heavy-handed with, which is kind of cool. And fun fact, they had to cut like a scene where him and the white woman make out because of they didn't want to see a black woman and a white woman make out on film.
Interracial relations,
yeah, which is what it is.
Which is kind of weird, wasn't it? Because like Candyman, that was released in the early '90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like '93.
Yeah, but you know, that's
interracial relationships are still kind of frowned upon back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's true, but
it's so weird because like
America, 90s to early 2000s, I was just like, yeah, whatever.
So much of that movie was like heavily sexualized between one and the other. So to go from like really laying on the sexualization to having that not be part of it, that's kind of weird because like I don't know. And apparently, like the woman that played the main protagonist, the white woman, she like actually like they put her in hypnotist classes to get her like hypnotized. So she gave like this weird fucking performance during the movie. A really cool like backstory on that movie, which is interesting to see. Okay, who's next to pick? Because it's not me, and I think I'm after you. I think it's Connor.
Either you or Connor.
Sharknado was amazing. That's a lie.
No, it's real. Because Sharknado is the best thing ever. And it totally happened.
Connor, you're live? Connor has died of asphyxiation.
Connor went back to the Chaos Agency, I think.
You got ass-to-mouth syndrome. I don't even remember what is where. So you know what? I'm going to pick one. Fuck it. What do I want? Actually, you know what? Chat. Alpha. Or Aru. Pick a color and a side. Don't pick red or I'm going to fucking stab you.
Any color.
Yeah. Pick a color. Any color. We'll go from there.
Don't pick red. He'll stab you and he'll be coming to the next tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if Basement stabbed one person, then you just wouldn't stop. Like you would just become a
for
serial
sure.
You keep going.
Yeah, I would never stop. It'd be the Ice Cream Man.
But like, and no one would ever see it coming because like he could be like the nicest fucking guy, and then all of a sudden, boom, bitch.
He'd have the bear head on too.
Right to the penis.
Ruth has orange.
Yeah, cool. There's not an orange.
Yeah, there is on the left side.
Really? Because isn't that right?
That's
isn't that
not orange. That's red.
It looks like orange to me.
I say that
okay,
dark,
so-
transparent one in the bottom left. That makes more sense. Sorry,
Okay.
Haru. You've been voted out of the island. Boom! We have ended up with Hannibal Lecter versus the Predator. Okay.
I agree with Heather's.
Again, these are two of my favorites.
Yeah, same here.
And remember, chat, you were given the right to invoke the money in the bank, air quotes there, to add in another monster that's been eliminated from our preliminary tournament.
You have the option to add in a third party. It'll be randomized, but somebody will enter. I mean, looking at these two, they're both the same to a sense. They're both predators.
They are, but one's doing it out of tradition, whereas the other one's doing it for sick pleasure.
Yeah, and
Right.
the other thing too is like, I mean, they both kind of take on, I guess, prey that's below them. Because predator is literally like, I mean, either intellectually or anything like that, they do. I mean, fuck, if Hannibal has fun with playing with people, and so does the predator for the most part.
Are we gonna like address the fact that you have cooking under one of his hobbies?
It is. It is. He's a culinary genius. He makes food and feeds it. He makes food and feeds it to the people that visit him, and it's all man-made.
He also freaking eats their flesh.
He
It
fed that
is.
one guy his own brain in the second movie. It's like, holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That one just made me giggle. Okay, okay, I know the kill count is higher for Predator, but my argument for Hannibal Lecter is like psychological shit, because not only is he a cannibal, so he eats their parts, but he also wears their fucking skin.
Well,
That's a
Predator
little bit.
does take. They do skin people.
Trophies.
Like, yeah, they do skin and they take the skull of people because they're like they're basically intergalactic hunters. Let's put it that way.
Yep. They kill all sorts of creatures. They killed aliens too.
Mm-hmm.
But Gina,
Yeah.
the predator can fuck with your mind too because it can the sound of your voice.
Oh,
And they
that's
can turn
true.
invisible too.
It has a technological higher. Well, it has alien technology, so it can be invisible. It has cannons and shit like that we don't have the military strength for. That being said, there's one that's much more grounded in the real world, and one that's super fantastical. And even though one that's super fantastical, for me at least, and I'm just gonna cast my vote now, the one that's super fantastical, that is a detriment to a character versus a grounded character. But the character itself, even though it's like fantastical, the benefit and the bonus of it doesn't make it stronger to me than the grounded one. Because even if you put these two in a fight, as long as it was fair game and one knew what they were coming for the other, I actually think Hannibal Lecter would probably win. If they knew one was coming for the other. Hannibal Lecter is one of portrayed as one of the most intellectual, smartest people, but a lot of the thing he needs to know his prey. And I don't know if that information will be shared. I don't know. Aru's going
find it out
Predator.
somehow.
A lot of basically it was explained with the first movie is a lot of the stuff going on with the Predator is all ancient lore. So it's not really something that's believed until they come face to face with it.
Yep, and then the second one, they had the government agency that knew all about it. So
So
there
it would be
are
classified information, so Hannibal Lecter would be able to get a hold of it actually because he's
Absolutely.
that smart.
Right.
Yep.
I have to go check my food, so I'm just gonna cast my vote real quick. I'm gonna go Hannibal Lecter.
The one cool thing I will say about this pairing is that they both kind of use the same skill, where Predator can be invisible physically. Hannibal Lecter does the same thing, but becomes invisible in a society that trusts him as a physician, right?
Yes.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
it's kind of.
I mean,
same fucking.
It's
thing,
a form of
yeah.
medicine, so.
Right. Yeah.
They still call themselves a doctor, but and also he has surgeon or whatever. Fuck it. They're very similar, except one is incomplete mental control, where the other one is more for the thrill of the fight.
More primitive.
More primitive, more hunting. Hunting a triceratops, not knowing what a triceratops is. That type of deal. Where the other one would be like, I need to know everything about what I'm hunting, and then I'm gonna hunt it, and then I'm gonna take pleasure in doing that.
And once you've beaten the predator, that species you respect, they usually give you like a token of their esteem. They gave Danny Glover the gun in the second one, so they'll leave you alone unless they go rogue and attack you again. Hannibal just doesn't give a shit. He'll come after you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he does have like respect for people that he comes after to a small point where he won't kill you immediately. He'll play with it. Like, he respects intelligence and plays with it. But people that he doesn't respect, he still plays with them, but in a much more gruesome way. I mean, it's like the Predator's not fucking cooking up your fucking legs and feeding them to you and shit like that. So
no, he's just gonna kill you to kill you.
One's a bit more primitive.
And the Predator has shown that it will not attack pregnant women. There's the pregnant woman on the police force in the second one, and he left her alone.
He won't attack children either.
Right.
Then again, we haven't really seen. I haven't read the books, but I haven't really seen Hannibal Lecter directly attacking either pregnant women or children.
He did feed a kid a piece of brain.
Yeah, well, it's just feeding the hungry.
Oh, Jesus.
In my mind, Hannibal Lecter is gonna win. I love the fact that we're looking at the human version of a predator versus the interstellar version of one, because they're both super predators.
They are. They really are. This was another tough one, but it was a good tough one.
Yeah.
Connor, you're live? I swear he came in and jerked off for a minute.
It's possible he did, or he's trying to talk and doesn't realize he's muted.
Only time will tell.
Only Aru.
You're gonna go Predator?
Only Aru went for Predator so far.
And so did Bobbit. I went for Hannibal. So did Gina. And sorry, what did you guys go with?
I'm going with Hannibal.
All right, 3. Trek.
I'm going with Predator because I love that movie. I mean, they're interstellar predators, but they do have a code of honor where they'll fight you, but if they get your respect, they'll leave you alone. Unless, like I said, one goes rogue, they'll attack you. But I think that's the Predator's cooler, that he can mimic you, he can go invisible. He just doesn't give a shit. I mean, Hannibal's manipulative and stuff. That it's really cool because he could be a real person. But I'm gonna go with Predator.
I feel like on a feared level for me, I like, and it's like, I mean, just like the ability for Hannibal to be grounded scares me much more than Predator, who is not necessarily. They're not necessarily murderous fiends. They are like it says, alien thrill seeker. They are poachers. But like the thing that kills me for Predator, after a certain point in time, it's like, hey, I'm gonna hunt mankind. I'm gonna show up with fucking an arsenal not known to mankind. I'm gonna hunt them. It's almost like going to a petting zoo and killing the animals. Like that's why I don't really respect them, because they're looking for the biggest fight, but they're also always gonna go in way overtly prepared.
Well, that's the thing, though. They're not really that overtly prepared, and it's like they don't know what's here because, as I said with the first movie, they've been to Earth before.
Right.
Yeah, but even then, like
it's like
you
a
have
hunting
if they
cycle.
that's even worse. They've been to Earth before, therefore they know more about mankind than mankind even knows about them. So the first like 7 kills he gets is just because he's shooting, basically like ducks in a pond.
But it also
Oh, you see, that
depends
could
on
also
what.
be them checking the evolutionary status of the planet.
I mean,
It's all-
in the
yeah,
end, if it
they-
came down to Hannibal versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm pretty sure Hannibal's gonna win for me.
Because fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't have half a brain in half the movie he's been in.
He's
Gonna
twice
find
the
the
man you are,
awesomeness.
and he is half the brain you do.
I've ruined Alpha One Predator. We counted you guys though, right? We counted the chat because the only person left out is Connor, who has disappeared from the world. We don't know where this is gonna end.
Did you want to flip a coin? I mean, I have a coin.
I mean, I don't like it ending that way on a 100% chance.
I could do it twice and see what happens. I mean, I don't mind.
Here's the thing, too. Like, you look at the history of the movies. Hannibal Lecter has never really been sullied as a character.
Have you ever seen Hannibal Rising?
Yeah, but have you ever seen every Predator movie except for the first one?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's an equal, 1-for-1 there.
Have you read the books, Trek?
I've read the books, yeah.
No, I've read all of the Predator books.
Not Predator.
I
Hannibal.
don't think they're Predator books, is my point.
They're comic books. They have a bunch of.
Comic books and graphic
There's
novels.
comic books, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Gina, just to catch you up, we're stuck on 3 versus 3. We're waiting on Connor, but Connor has become a mute symbol.
Yeah,
So we don't know if he's alive.
I don't know if he's.
So this one's gonna be difficult. I mean, I'm trying to sway. Like, I actually think, like, when I think horror and horror villains.
See, for me, like, Predator is more sci-fi.
Yeah, but it's still like presented as a horror movie, especially the first one. The rest are still within. If Predator ends up fighting Alien, it's more horror than it is anything else. This was my argument with JP when he wanted to bring T-1000 or anything from the Terminator franchise. That franchise went towards 100% action, where Predator started off action horror and went to more towards horror as the franchise went on. So they are both horror. It's just like Predator is also like a group of them. Predator dies. Arnold Schwarzenegger kills Predator. Who kills Hannibal Lecter?
The electric chair?
Nobody.
NBC.
Yeah, NBC is a good answer. But they allowed him to grow and
You know
live.
what? You know
That
what?
was a really good joke, actually, Trent.
Thank you. You know what? I'll change mine to Hannibal.
Yes. I actually think. I mean, I don't know. I hope that's. Just
I'm pretty sure Connor would have gone with Hannibal.
Yeah, I'll go with Hannibal
Yeah.
because he's more realistic. I love the Predator, but there's no way that could. I mean, there's slim chance that kept up, but not really. You could run into someone like Hannibal and scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's more horror and more fear in a character like Hannibal, where it's like, hey, if only I was a super muscular man in the Amazon in the war that nobody knows what it is. Maybe I'll run into this guy.
The thing that is so scary about Hannibal Lecter is the fact that he can present himself as normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was saying before. I was like, they both have the ability to cloak themselves, one physically and become invisible, the other one through being invisible in society, right? But also being respected. Well, you're not going to sit down and give all your like inner secrets to the fucking Predator.
Right.
A psychiatrist learns all of your fucking secrets and then uses them against you, which is fucked up.
I mean, why do you gotta
Completely fucked
tell me that, man? I got a psychiatrist appointment coming up pretty soon.
unless their name is Hannibal Lecter, I think you'll be okay. But okay, so we
No, his name is Chris.
That was the chat choice, so.
Pink. Yeah, that was the last one. That was the chat. It's gonna be Gina next, I think, because it would have been okay, but he's disappearance.
I'm going with the red on the left side.
Right on the left, right on the left. We've got, and you know what the best part is? I watched this movie too.
Yeah, just listening to you describe this movie while you were watching it. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Okay, so we've got Jacob Goodnight versus Art the Clown. And you know what? I'm gonna just let these. I know there's the audios. You know what? No, I don't want the audio. Please, make this copyright strike. I wish I could just mute the audio for certain video clips.
Well, you could just always put a clip of Kane from WWE. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, in the end, Jacob Goodnight had 2 sequels. I actually thought the See No Evil movies were decent. I didn't know anything about Art the Clown, and then I watched the movie. And the movie is very much a grindhouse type, grainy film type thing. They're similar, but I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, we got Art the Clown versus Jacob Goodnight. Art the Clown, do you know what they did? They tried to put every horror villain in one and make Art the Clown. Because
in one character,
he's dressed as a clown. He does all these fucking creepy, like, weird shit. And at one point in time, he's running around naked with fucking a woman's titties on his chest because he cut them off her body.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really fucking, like, the movie is really fucking weird. He's an alright villain. I mean, where I think Art the Clown beats Jacob Goodnight is gonna be, but at a certain point in the movie, I'm like watching, and I don't know what the fuck's happening, because you think it's the okay, I'm gonna spoil this movie, so heads up. You think it's the protagonist.
I'm not gonna watch it.
You think it's the protagonist that looks like a combination between Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox. And she's like the main protagonist the whole time. She's doing the right thing. Okay, there's actually a couple things. She witnesses her friend, and Art the Clown literally cuts her from vagina to the tip of their head.
Oh God!
And just has her body swaying there like that. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucking wild. But then he gets in a fight with this girl, and he beats her up, and she gets to the ground, and is like, oh God, she's coming back. She's gonna fight him. She's gonna beat him. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he goes from a slasher. He pulls out a fucking gun and shoots her in the head twice. I'm like, okay, well, at this point in time, he's the only horror villain that pulls out a fucking gun to shoot somebody. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Art the Clown, man, for just being like the only horror villain that's packing. Like, what the fuck? It's ridiculous, because these two fought. Obviously, Jacob Goodnight is this huge motherfucker, but he pulls out a gun. I mean, shoots him in the head twice. What are you gonna do then? Really? You fall down an elevator shaft. It's not the same as being shot in the head twice with 9mm. I don't know. I watched the movie. It was fucking weird, but yeah, I'm going Art the Clown. Oddly enough, on this one. I don't know. Like, I mean, did you guys see any of these movies?
I saw
bits and
pieces of See No Evil.
See No Evil was pretty good. Was it really? No, I lie.
No.
It was alright.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Okay, so like Jacob Goodnight is very similar to Jason in the way that he's killing people that he sees as sinners.
Yeah, he's like the Dollarama or dollar store version of Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yet, the creepy clown, he likes to play those games with his victims. Like, he likes to fuck with his victims before he kills them.
Yeah, he fucks with them.
Like, for me, that...
He lives in the end as well, even though I have no idea how. He lives in the end, and so does Jacob Goodnight, I assume. He lived in the first one, I didn't see the second one.
Well, okay, so, like, playing those statistics fucking mind games with your victims before you kill them is, like, that's kind of where it gets me, so I'm gonna have to go with Jacob Goodnight. I'm gonna go with Jacob Goodnight.
Completely opposite of what you were saying. It's like, swerve, motherfucker! No, I'm gonna promote Art the Clown, but then, hey, Kane, King.
No, I'm fuck, I don't know. I'm still gonna go with Jacob Goodnight just because
he's good.
That's the one that I've seen.
Mayor of Knock Me Up County.
I haven't seen the other movie, so I don't know exactly how scary the guy actually is.
He's pretty
From what Basement just
fucking
described.
creepy. I feel like Kane or Jacob Goodnight is creepy because of his size, and he's just this huge fucking dude. So good fucking luck. But this other guy, like in the beginning of the movie, he meets them up in a pizza shop, and he's just sitting there staring at a girl. And he's basically like a mime. He doesn't say anything ever. He never speaks.
Change my fucking vote, okay? Because nothing creeps me out more than a fucking silent clown, okay?
And that's
that
who he
right
is.
there.
Yeah, he's super creepy.
That right
actually.
there sealed the deal for fucking me. Fuck that. Fuck clowns, man.
I will give kudos to whoever portrayed Art the Clown. They did a fucking excellent job. I mean, Kane does a good job as a killer too, but I think, like I said, it's just the portrayal of size difference. You got this guy that's almost 7 feet tall, built like a brick shit house, killing people. That's always going to be scary. But a guy that's not, and just like he's just creepy throughout the fucking movie. He's like he almost has like every killer has this like super ability to just move around. Where it's like, how did you get there? Why are you here? How did you get there, step bro?
Art the Clown was portrayed by Mike Gianelli.
Well, good fucking job on that guy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a much more like grounded, realistic movie too. He just none of them are realistic, but he just kills people randomly on the street instead of like, oh, I had to go to an old asylum to clean it up. Yeah, we're gonna get 5 delinquents to fix up a rotting fucking 18-story building because that's gonna make sense.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Basement, but from the way that you described this clown, it's almost as if he is like the Joker, but more sadistic.
Well, he doesn't speak.
From what I'm seeing here in the image search, no.
Because like I don't mean like the speaking and all that stuff. I just mean like the fucking games, like toying with people. Because that, like, okay, the first thing that I thought about was the Joker because of that fucking what the hell was that last one with fucking Jared Leto as the Joker, the really shitty one.
Suicide Squad.
He's creepier than the Joker because he doesn't speak. And like, I mean, the beginning of the movie, he just enters a place with a garbage bag, and he sits down and he stares at this woman. He just sits there and stares for like the first 10 minutes of the movie. No matter what she does, he just sits there and stares. Even when his her other friend that's with her, comes in, like sits on him and is like, we're gonna take a selfie. He doesn't even look at her. He's looking at the other girls like transfixed. It's creepy.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I would be the fuck out of there faster than somebody can fucking blink. That shit.
I put a picture of one of the scenes in the Horny Goat Twitter chat for you, Gina.
Okay, thank you.
But with that, I'm voting the clown.
100% clown.
He's not physically imposing, but he's super creepy.
It's just the creep factor.
Yeah,
him
he's
just
super creepy.
staring into your soul.
Yeah, he's super fucking creepy.
Jack, Bobby, you guys want to pipe in at all?
I'm going with Art the Clown. I've never seen the movie. I've seen clips from it and stuff that, and I kind of freaked out to take a look at that clip. So I'm gonna go.
It's not an actual clip. It's just a still picture.
Yeah, I've seen this, and they're gonna do a sequel. By the way, they already talked about it. I guess the guy's really nice. It's up, but it's like you're playing a fucking creepy ass clown. You're going to another level. So I love Kane because it's kind of a throwback to the old Friday the 13th stuff. But I'm going with Art the Clown because he scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, so nothing's this fucking creepy clown.
Bobbit, you got anything? You going with Clown or Good Night?
He left, actually, because I think he...
Back in a second, there we go.
And since mine doesn't count, I'm going to go with Jacob Goodnight.
Yeah, I like Jacob Goodnight. I just feel like after watching both movies, Art the Clown is
this
definitely
pairing,
more
he
creepy.
didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyways, the next person to bet on what we're looking at is going to be, or choose what we're going to look at is Trek.
Yes.
Can't go with the green on the left side.
Green on the left side. Here we go.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, God.
We've got Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, versus Leatherface.
I'm
Oh my
cashing
God.
in.
No, cashing in. Here we go. We're gonna cashing in. It's the only cash
Sweeney Todd
left.
stands no chance on this one.
The only cash left is with the chat, who has not cashed in anything. Let's bring this bad boy up and go! Oh, Leprechaun, already been done.
Can my dog be voted into this fucking thing? Because the way he's staring at me right now is like he wants to eat my soul.
Maybe he farted again.
We've got Sweeney Todd versus Leatherface versus Ghostface. So we got a face-off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, here's the thing. Sweeney Todd and Leatherface are both technically cannibalistic.
Yes.
Because Sweeney Todd just kills people and they turn them into pies and they sell them underneath and they eat them. So they do he is cannibalistic. I mean, Ghostface isn't cannibalistic and is a multitude of people, and because he's a multitude of people, it's kind of never ending. It's more of like an idea than or a character, or an idea than a person. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast my vote right now. Leatherface wins for me because not only is he creepy in himself, but his family is fucking super fucking creepy.
Yep. Look at the. Have you ever seen the second one?
I've seen. I actually watched I recently watched the one with fucking Jessica Biel in it. God damn! If you haven't seen that, watch it.
It's okay. I like the original.
Watch it for Jessica Biel. I mean, the original is a much better movie. The original is a better movie, but watch it for Jessica Biel. It's worth it. It's worth it just to watch it for her. But the original is a better movie. It's better shot. And it's more tame, which makes it more scary. Because they don't show the super gore, it's all implied, it's that much more scary.
Yeah, like the guy getting hit
with horror movies, because I don't find gore scary.
Right, like the guy getting hit in the head with the hammer was scary as shit.
The thing is, I enjoy gore, especially when it's like a physical effect. I enjoy it, like seeing it. I don't love it or anything, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just like I'm not scared of it. It's actually, that's a cool effect. That's a cool this, right? That's cool that they did this instead of like anything else. But implying things is much more eerie and scary. Though there are some goofy fucking shit that happens in the first movie too. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, with the gore thing, I love gore in a movie. But I'm like the fucked up one that like, okay, take My Bloody Valentine, for instance. When that axe goes through that guy's fucking head, like legitimately, I am the one going, fucking awesome. I'm over here like screaming about how fucking cool it was or whatever. And everybody's looking at me like I'm fucking creepazoid, you know? But gore doesn't scare me. Like ghost shit scares me.
Yeah.
Here's the problem though with
the fear of the unknown.
Okay, I'll be devil's advocate with Leatherface because I think he's the obvious shoo-in. It's also like Leatherface is not necessarily like very intelligent or anything. He's just kill, eat, cannibalize. That's it. Yeah, he's definitely not like up there. Where Ghostface, they kind of like prioritize and plan everything, and even Sweeney Todd is way more planned out than Leatherface. Leatherface, I mean, if I came down a dark alley, Leatherface would make me shit my pants in 2 seconds. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Same here.
The chainsaw and the face and the size, it's just all bad.
Yeah, I do have a story about that. That my math teacher for back in high school was sitting in a showing of Texas Chainsaw 2. And so it actually brought in the chainsaw mower, revved it up, and scared the shit out of every single person. They had to call the cops because he scared them so much they abandoned the theater.
Oh my god!
So I mean, that's how scary that is. Just the noise, not even the chainsaw, the motor, scares the shit out of people. So when you can do that, you made a lasting memory.
That's true. It's also only like it's an iconic sound. That's you see a chainsaw, what do you think of? Cutting down a tree or Leatherface first?
I'm thinking of getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, Leatherface has created an iconic item like
don't cut my finger off.
that being said, I see a knife. I'm not thinking of Ghostface for fuck's sakes. I think a razor. I see a razor blade. maybe a bit of my I can. It won't be my first thought to think of Sweeney Todd, but it does go there.
But you know what though, like what you said about Leatherface not being that intelligent, you also got to remember that his mom is kind of the one that calls the shots.
I don't think any of them are that intelligent. It's just that they've created like a web of people that they've killed or taken over positions of power in a very small community. Where like once you get in there, it's like a spider's web. Once you get in there, you're fucked. You don't even know you're fucked before you're fucked.
You can't get out.
Know?
Yeah, like you can't get out because literally everybody in that small town or that small area there, they're all working together. So no matter where you run, they're gonna get you.
That's where Rob Zombie got his inspiration for House of a Thousand Corpses. You could tell it's in the film.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of those. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it in everything that he does, basically. And like, yeah, you know what? His movies are super influenced by the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because they're all very like grainy grindhouse films, filmed in like handheld cameras and like made to look dirty as shit. Which added to that one, though I don't think it wasn't continued as the series went on. Rue's going with Leathercock. So,
oh Jesus,
that's something. And I think Leatherface is gonna sweep this one no matter what.
Yeah, I'm going with Leatherface. I wanted to go with Sweeney Todd because he has really good taste in women, and his wife's mirror and Aquaman and stuff. But you know.
Yeah, I mean there's certain things that
I'm teasing.
I do feel like when it comes to Sweeney Todd, the type of movie, the musical aspect of it kind of takes me away from some of it though, and also he's kind of like a tragic figure.
Yeah,
where Leatherface
is revenge.
Ain't no fucking tragic figure, that's for damn sure.
Yeah,
they tried to do it in one of them where he's like, oh, he's bullied because he's this big mentally challenged kid, but in the end, fuck that shit.
The one in Jessica Biel, like he gets bullied by his own family.
Right, but they always said that.
The one with Jessica Biel, Basement only likes it because she runs while wet in a white tank top and her nipples are poking out.
She just like I mean, come on, she's not wet or anything. Oh, I don't know, but I mean, for fuck's sakes, man, that movie is gratuitous in the amount they show her body. And I'm like, holy Christ, man! Like, there's some people like you look at fucking shirtless Chris Hemsworth in Thor. You look at her in this movie. It's like that, because at some point in time you're gonna be like, holy shit.
But that movie was nothing compared to how much they showed her body in, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
She was down there with bra and fucking panties in that movie.
Basement, if you want to see, like, popular woman in one of them, it was the Texas Chainsaw 3D with Alexandra Daddario, and all the guys were like drew and couldn't remember what they watched for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, I don't know. Whatever, fuck man, their body was smoking hot. So I'm gonna say smoking hot. They're all smoking hot, fucking man. But still, that was like it was a standout. Running around
Leatherface.
Like that. Yeah. Leatherface is the victor for me. A close second is Jessica Biel. I think Leatherface kind of sweeps it. Did anybody not go for Leatherface?
I don't think Bobbitt did. Well,
Bobbitt. Jessica Biel.
I'll go with Leatherface, but yeah. You want me to choose colors now?
Who chose last? Trek? Yeah, it's you, Bobbitt. Go.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with let's fuck it. Let's finish up the left side with yellow.
Yellow. Here we go. We got Aussie philosophy versus vagina envelopment. How do I find them? Alright, we've got Mick Taylor from Wolf Creek versus Syl from Species.
I like how you said hobby is fucking as many men as possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of true.
Right? No, you're not lying. I mean, that's what the first two were about, so...
I mean, the chat has ability to add somebody, but in this one, I mean, I look at one guy who's kind of like, he rapes women on the regular, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I like.
It's
Okay,
kind of the same thing. It's just one's trying to get pregnant and further their species, whereas the other one just rapes them for the fun of it.
but I felt they came up against each other, and like in some way, the Syl walks around in human form. So if they came up against each other, he would try to have sex with her because she's a very attractive woman, and that's just the type of guy he is. And what happens to people she tries to have sex with?
She kills them if they find her.
Mm-hmm.
Aru is cashing in.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, we've got the last of the bunch. Well, it's gonna go forever until we get the right way. Who's left? Norman Bates.
I think. Norman Bates and Pinhead.
Oh, it's Trek.
Trek has entered the arena.
What the? Okay, what the fuck is we're saying that he's me? I don't get this.
You two look similar.
Did you not see that GIF?
Just a joke.
I saw the GIF. I have pretty nice hair in that GIF.
Listen, take it as a compliment. He's an attractive man.
Yeah, yeah, I do. It's just, I know it's just.
Okay, no, but here's the reason why we joke around saying that it's you, because like you're so nice and you're so kind of calm and quiet.
We know you're killing people on the side.
We're all like, when is the day that Trek's gonna snap and become like fucking homicidal rage?
I know it's gonna happen.
You're just so fucking nice, but like, you know.
No, it's just
you're always fucking calm.
Yeah.
It's just teasing back and forth. I know, so it's like, I don't take it personally.
Exactly. All right. Let's do this.
All right, is it Trek McTaylor?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Trek. I love you. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, it's okay. I go with Mick Taylor because he's just like we said in the first one, he's a sick motherfucker. With Species, it was just that's her nature to mate and kill. That's just her alien nature mixed with the human. With Norman Bates, it's because he had psychological problems. Mick Taylor just a sick bastard.
Yeah. I feel like I could see Syl from Species getting an upper hand on Mick Taylor and Norman Bates, but I also feel like she is not necessarily like a very. She has a she's like an animal, almost.
Yeah.
Like 100% animalistic. Oh, I need to mate. I need to reproduce. If they don't want to reproduce with me, I'll kill them. Or it's not the right mate, I'll kill them. If they know who I am, I'll kill them. Where like Mick Taylor is literally just I'll kill him, I'll rape him, I'll kill him, and Norman Bates is like I'm gonna dress up like mom, I'll fuck him, I'll kill him.
Like
and you
Mick
also
Taylor
have to remember that.
Conscience.
You also have to remember that Mick Taylor, if there's like men that are with the women,
I'll kill him.
Literally, he tortures the fuck out of the men.
Yeah.
And then he kills them.
Well, he actually it's worse for the women because he does torture the fuck out of the men, but he keeps the women alive. And then he tortures them and fucks them and kills them in front of the other women that are still alive. So it's really bad.
Yeah.
He's really bad. I mean, I don't think Species. Okay, Syl is bad, but she's like her. There's like some hope in what she's trying to do. She has an objective. That's not just like I'm going to kill you in the worst way possible. And when
just
it comes
to kill
to
you for that, she's just trying to reproduce and further her species.
Yeah.
Norman Bates is trying to whack one off and then become his mom and kill people. Like Norman Bates versus Mick Taylor, I'm gonna say, because Syl I think it doesn't really fit the same category as Mick Taylor or Norman Bates.
See, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go with Mick Taylor because with Norman Bates, you pull up to that hotel and you just look at him as a woman. I don't need a room tonight, thank you. I'm going to leave.
But I feel like he's supposed to be portrayed as someone that's like an attractive man, but like from a distance, the more you get to know them, there's like, what is this guy's not necessarily right. But I mean, there's people that hang around with people that aren't necessarily right until they realize they're not necessarily right and it's too late. So,
but in that GIF with how he looks, it's just that. No, I don't need a room tonight. I'm good, thank you.
Right?
I can go now. And as a woman, you feel that energy.
100%. You can feel creeper like immediately.
Yeah, he does have that kind of like non-blinking creepiness.
Look at that fucking shit. Like, oh god. is it sad that that the bottom right, I literally saw the GIF. I'm seeing Norman Bates, but in my head, I'm seeing the GIF that fucking Bobbitt made before with fucking Trek's face on it. It's like stuck in my head.
I mean, Aru's going with Trekopedia.
I'm going with Mick Taylor.
It's unfortunate that they had to kind of I wish this role, this cash-in, landed on somebody that wasn't just like a regular human being. Because Norman Bates doesn't really stand a chance against a hunter, ex-soldier, and a fucking psychopath. And neither does Syl from Species. I'm going Mick Taylor as well.
That's 4 for Mick Taylor, 1 for Norman Bates.
Okay, Bobbitt.
I'd like to go with Mick Taylor.
Yep. Trek.
He already said he's going Mick Taylor.
Yeah, Mick Taylor.
Okay. Connor. Cool. Okay. Who's next? I think we're back at the beginning,
I think it's Heather, isn't it?
Right? Yeah. Well, I was just looking at the icons when they were there. All right, Heather, what are you going for?
Light blue.
Light blue.
Oh, come on.
The Lawnmower Man versus the Mummy.
Fuck my duck.
Job Smith
is
the Lawnmower Man. A man.
Joe! Come on,
They
boy, let's
both-
go.
See, Aru, this would have been the good one to save the fucking cash in.
Yes,
Oh my god, the Lawnmower Man's walking around in this fucking video. Hold on, I gotta move that over. He's walking around with a thermos, and all I'm thinking it was Hubie Halloween. The Lawnmower Man and the Mummy both want to build a world that they live in, and it drastically changes the world we live in, whether it's virtual or not. So they're similar in that respect. But I will say Lawnmower Man is kind of a creation of mankind, where, I don't know, the Mummy's just a bit more...
The Mummy is based on history.
Yeah, which is a creation of mankind to a point.
But he also wants to sit there and become Space Odyssey 2000 and upload his mind to a computer.
He does. He wants to be the ruler of a world in the AI. But he's also like a kind of like messed up kid or messed up young man, right? He's like mentally challenged. That's given like
he's mentally challenged. Yeah,
a bunch of power. Where the Mummy is kind of like royalty.
He was a priest for the pharaoh.
The pharaoh. Yep. Who got caught cheating with the pharaoh's wife, and he punished both of them.
Right.
I really don't think there's much conversation to have about this one. I'm voting the Mummy.
I'm going Mummy too.
I can go with that too.
Basement. Bobbitt.
Basement. Did you have to?
I'm gonna go Mummy.
Okay, Basement.
Oh god, I had to go Lawnmower Man. Yeah, I'm going the Mummy. I mean, the Mummy is nigh unkillable, right? I mean, Lawnmower Man, even if he's in some sort, he's been uploaded to the AI. What like this movie was fucking made before the time it understood what technology actually was and how it worked.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, he's made in the AI. He's living on this floppy disk. Garbage. Gone. Moving on. The Mummy is the more fearful of the bunch. I mean, Lawnmower Man is a fun movie, but in the end, and so is the Mummy. The Mummy, like especially the Brendan Fraser ones. Lawnmower Man is just like so bad it's good kind of fucking thing. Anyways, fuck Lawnmower Man. Dead to me. We got one left, and it is. Okay, well, it's a no contest immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately, I've got a winner, and that's because one is not. I don't really. Like kids might be scared, but like he doesn't really have the track record to do anything. Hold on. I mean.
Whatever you've done, I know
The character
there is
Brightburn
good
movie, in my
in
opinion, it's not that great. It was some wasted potential, but the character is unstoppable. And the other one is a sack filled with worms. 274 to 0 kill count.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, I love the design of Oogie Boogie, especially in Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it was really cool, and it's scary, especially if you're younger.
Before Christmas.
Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It's a Nightmare Before Something.
I hate you.
All right, but you know what I'm alluding to.
Yeah.
Right. It's scary. They use like neon lights. They really burst the colors when they show him, and it actually works, especially when he shows like the worms in his mouth and stuff like that. I thought, like, watching it as a younger kid, I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking scary in a movie that wasn't necessarily supposed to be super scary. It was supposed to have like parts of it that were kind of scary. He was definitely the scariest part. But again, come on. Let's
Yeah,
be 100%
I'm
real.
going Brightburn.
Yeah, same here. Brightburn.
Mm-hmm. No chance in hell, Boogie. You're dead.
Which sucks because I love Boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had no chance in hell.
He had a good run.
He made it here. And now he's dead! And maybe he'll be on the wheel moving forward. But I feel like what we've got moving forward is pretty solid. I will say that I'm pretty convinced that anybody that's been on the wheel before, if we do bring back the wheel, anyone that's been on the wheel before and has come back and lost is gone from the wheel forever.
Yeah.
At this point in time, we're narrowing down the competition, and I know it's like, hey, you might have, you know, the wrong competition versus the wrong competition, and just like that's what happens, and we got to move forward. But to have the ability to bring back certain people at random for triple threats and stuff like that might actually add to the conversation. That being said, I mean, we're at the end, and I want to thank everybody that's on the call, everybody that was in the chat, and the next time we do this, we'll be moving down into, what are we at, the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
We're
6,
at 16
7,
now, so it'll be 8.
Yeah, there you go. We're getting close, and I mean, we'll do 8 next time, and then the next time we do it after that will be the last, I think.
And Freddy's back. Yes.
Yeah.
Freddy's back.
Somehow
again.
crawled himself out of oblivion.
I'm
But
just
maybe
gonna
Jason
say-
will come back from space.
I was just gonna say you better put Jason on that wheel, or a certain somebody is gonna continue acting the way he has.
Yeah, I don't care. I put Pazuzu. I put Pazuzu on that wheel, and what happened? Pazuzu came back and was like, "Hey, I can turn my head around. Fun. You gone, bitch. Nobody cares." All right, we'll continue. We'll bring back some of the best, hopefully, in the future. And the next time we're going to do this is probably Wednesday of this week coming up. And by the end of Halloween, maybe even Halloween night, we'll finish up this whole tournament and have a fun night there. But thanks for everybody tuning in and everybody on the call. Anybody else have to say anything?
No, have a good night, and we'll see you soon.
Don't get too scared.
Make sure you play with your penis in traffic.
Now, remember, the biggest thing, don't drink and don't have sex.
And don't fall asleep.
Don't have sex.
You're not
at
that
all.
scary.
No, I know. It's the quote from the movie.
Abstinence and shitting your pants.